reclamarte. Me obligaste a que te cante esta canción. Dejé mi casa por vivir feliz contigo y me pagaste como algunas pagan mal. Por tu culpa estoy viviendo donde ahora vivo. Ya a esta vida no me puedo acostumbrar. Cerca de las botellas, especialmente cuando me acuerdo de ti. Si amanece no se miran las estrellas y oscurece y nunca brillan para mí. Amigas me acompañan. Mi casa nueva, muy distinta a las demás. Tiene un letrero de color en la vidriera y una cualquiera es la que ocupa tu lugar.
Wacky Wednesday.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Unfiltered, the real deal. No pre-planning, no chingaderas. Straight up from the bill.
Wacky Wednesday.
B-Town's very own.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Here's your host, Bumper Gomez.
And we are live and in color. Welcome to another episode of Bumper's Wacky Wednesday here in the Wacky Wednesday studio here in San Antonio, Texas. The frozen tundra ahorita de los Estados Unidos, I think. Lucky said he slid, he put skates on his vehicle all the way from the valley over here.
No, hombre, ni lo mande Dios, bro. No, man.
Oh, man. Well, it's been a crazy week since last Wacky Wednesday. I knew the weather was coming, and I was praying that my guest was going to be able to make it. I was supposed to be in Corpus Christi at their record label this evening, but due to some work and then weather, but I can't even say that porque Lucky made it in the weather himself. Yeah. But to everybody watching, man, if you're watching on behalf of Lucky Joe, his fan page, thank you. I got a special guest, Eric, right? Eric Jams. DJ Eric Jams. He won a contest where he shared it, and he had the honor to come and sit inside the studio tonight and actually watch the show live from the studio. So we're going to be doing a little bit more of that. And yeah, man, without further ado, my guest tonight, all the way from the big 956 vestido de Amaya. He walked in, I said, dude, I got to go put on a suit or something, bro. Luck, what's up, dude?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me, man. Un saludo a toda la gente que se está conectando a través de Facebook Live. It's awesome to be here, bro.
It's been I've been chasing this guy probably over a year. Yeah, it has been over a year.
Really?
Right? Yeah, it's been over a year. Me lo encontré ahí in Fanfare. He's like, no, you haven't. So like I do with most artists, right? I go back to my old Instagram message. Sing. It says sing.
Yeah, I had seen it. Me pusiste on blast con madre, vato.
So I told him, I was like, look, you can't say you saw it, bro. And,
I remember I was like, no, hombre, I don't. Look at this, mijo. Look at this. And he goes to the message and he says, scene. Fuck.
Hell yeah, there it was. He saw it. But anyway, look, welcome to the show, dude. Again, it's been a long time coming, man. I'm so glad. Gracias a Dios, you made it safely from the valley today. How was the drive?
It was good, man. It was that was the weather. It wasn't that bad. You know, ahorita it got a little bit worse.
Right now?
But on the way up here it was cool, you know. I had a little bit of drizzle, pero nothing
crazy?
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. Nah, man. Yeah, it's a frozen chunder, man. For everybody watching outside the state of Texas, hey, we're like Milwaukee, Wisconsin over here ahorita.
Yeah. No, I was surprised when I pulled up here to this area where you're at. All the trees, they had
full of ice.
I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, hey, bro, ahorita, like a lot of my friends are posting on Facebook their trees, beautiful oak trees in front of the homes.
Yeah.
Cracking because they're so heavy with the...
Man, the weather is so weird, right?
It's going to be 80 degrees here on Sunday.
80?
I don't know. Hey, bro, the valley, it stays... You don't get too cold over there, right?
Well, I mean... It gets cold, man. It doesn't get like freezing, but it does get really, really cold, bro.
Down there?
Yeah, man.
So speaking of the valley, dude, look, born and raised in El Bayuco.
Mm-hmm. I was born in West Laco, Texas, and I was raised in Elsa, Texas, Ed Couch Elsa. Home of La Máquina Maria.
La Máquina Maria, dude.
Big shout out to all my fellow Ed Couch Elsaians.
Hey, they were always the team, football team from the Valley, right?
Yeah.
They're really, really good.
When it comes to football, man, the Valley is super hyped on football, man. There's rivalries, you know,
everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, man. And I remember our rival was, still to this day, I think it's Mercedes.
That's your rival?
Yeah, Mercedes, Texas. And that's where Elida's from. So every year, me and Elida were like, I'm going to beat your team and we're going to beat
you start a video. You should do a video thing on social media. Talk shit about Mercedes and just let her talk shit about. You know what I do remember about Ed Cachasa is their band was always badass.
Yeah, we had a good drum line and Mr. Mayave, he was one of the. Plus a lot of band instructors. They were very, very good there from Ed Cachasa, but you know one of the best was Mr. Mayave. He was very disciplined with a high school band.
Is he still there?
No, he's retired. Yeah, it's been a while.
Look, I've been following you for a long time, and I'm sure you know if you're a fan of Tejano music, Norteño music. We always get caught up in the labels, dude. Are you Norteño? You're Tejano, Norteño Light. At the end of the day, bro, you're from this side of the Rio. Yeah. You're from Texas. You're Tejano.
Yeah. You know, there's a big misconception of that. You know, a lot of people think. Plus, I mean, this is my opinion. Again, you know, you don't have to agree with my opinion. This is just the way I feel about it. You know, Tejano is not only a genre of music. Tejano it's a culture.
Right.
Porque somos de Texas, ¿verdad? Y pues somos mexicanos. Nacidos aquí en Texas. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways you could look at it, you know. I mean, I'll never deny that I love Tejano music, you know, tampoco. A lot of people were freaking out with me when I went into Norteño music, and you had a question about that, and I'll let you ask it.
Ya me quitó el show. I had
to stop myself, bro.
So this is a hot question. It was a hot question. When was the TTMA Awards? A couple of months ago? Mm-hmm. 2 months ago or so, or 3 months ago? A lot of people on social media. I'm gonna say Facebook because I'm a Facebook addict, right? People get mad like, "Mop, you need to go on more." I'm really based on Facebook. A lot of people were pissed off. This is, and I'm speaking like from I'm a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people were upset that you won Conjunto Album of the Year with an album that was labeled Norteño.
Yeah.
So right away, people were like, well, how in the hell does Lucky Joe win with a norteño album, the Conjunto TTMA?
Yeah. Well,
what was your response to that, Luck?
Well, first of all, I want to touch on the fact that, you know, when my Norteño y Poderoso album came out, it was understood, or we assumed, me and the label, we assumed that it would be understood that it was a tribute album. Es un homenaje. O sea que soy un tejano brindándole un homenaje a la música norteña. You know,
right.
First of all, that's what we have to understand. The fact is that, yes, I did change genres, but it was for a tribute album, you know? So, es un tejano cantando música norteña. So, no hay ninguna razón por qué no puedo ser nominado en un showcase que son premios tejanos, you know? And I think that we should open up a norteño category for the Tejano Music Awards. I think that would be great because there's a lot of up-and-coming norteño bands that are very, very good and very, very popular. I mean, for example, Frontera, Secreto, you know, all these bands that are coming up that I think would help Tejano music.
I'm going to stop you right there because you're absolutely right. But where I disagree with the word is norteño. Mm-hmm. I think that those bands, the Secretos, the Parandas, right, Fronteras, me personally, I don't label them norteño music because the slow cumbia style that they're doing, that kind of deal, to me, it's very, like, it's their own. Like, they made it their own.
Yeah.
It's nothing that we've, like, maybe I could be wrong, but it's nothing that we've ever heard before.
Yeah. For the most part, you would agree that it fits into that category because of the venues that they play at,
right,
the people,
right.
the other bands that they affiliate themselves with, the opening for, you know, Los Invasores, or opening for Cadetes, or opening for, you know, or even just creating this genre. Like you said, they created their own little clique. And it's working.
It's a branch, dude. To me, it's a branch from the, we've been saying for the last 3 or 4 weeks, the umbrella of Tejano music. Mm-hmm. To me, it's almost a branch, dude, because, you know, they've made it. They made their own style to that music.
Y la mayoría de ellos son de Texas. O sea, que ellos también son tejanos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I know Frontera, some of them are from Edinburgh, Texas. You know, también son tejanos, but they don't label themselves as Tejano musicians or Tejano music, you know. And now going back to your question, man, and going back to what you said, you know, if a lot of people were upset about me getting that award, it's understandable. You know, it's understandable because when you really dissect it and when you really go into what we know as, what they know as public, as people, they understand a certain way. Like conjunto music, they understand it as this: Tone La Rosa, Valerio Longoria, Dos Gilbertos. That's what even me, that's what I categorize conjunto music as. I categorize it because of my upbringing. That's what was taught to me. Obviously, growing up, I've learned the different genres of music. I've learned what I mean, but conjunto can mean anything. Conjunto can mean an orchestra, un conjunto de orquesta, un conjunto de banda, un conjunto.
And a lot of people stuck up for you, and some people, I mean, went to the dictionary and were like, "Hey, the definition of conjunto, right?" And it was right there in black and white.
But like again, I don't want to interrupt you, but excuse me for interrupting you.
No, you're good. You're good.
We're educated to a certain level. And I'm not saying that they're not educated, but because even me, that's what I grew up thinking. Conjunto music, that's why Lázaro Pérez, you know, all the ones that were nominated with me, they were in the genre, in the conjunto genre that we grew up knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even me, when I saw, and when you texted me, because you were the first one to text me.
Well, people don't know the story. I was going to tell them the story. So Lucky was late. I don't know. He had a hot date or something. But I was at the awards, and I noticed that I hadn't seen him. I had not seen him in the crowd. So he came up, and when he won, I said, pues, let's see if he answers. Te mandé un text. And you were like, "For congratulations for what?" I said, "Wait, you just won."
You know,
oh, really?
I was actually on my way. I was actually on my way to the Tejano Music Awards when you texted me. Lo que pasó es que we got stuck in the checkpoint, and I took off a little bit too late también. And I know it looks kind of bad when an artist is not there to receive an award, and again, I apologize to the fans for that. But I got held back, ¿verdad? So on the way over there, when you text me, congrats, I was like, congrats for what? And you're like, you won. I said, what did I win? Conjunto Album of the Year. I was like, You know, and not to put or throw anybody under the bus, but the Tejano Music Awards have always been very supportive of my career, ever since day one, ever since I came out. And Bumper, I mean, I've been echándole chingazos for a very long time, man. You know, I've been on the grind and I've never let up. But I do think that there should be a category for norteño music in the Tejano Music Awards. I think that would solve a lot of, you know, issues when artists like me decide to do a tribute album. Because that tribute album that I did to norteño music, I'm not gonna pat my own, like, I'm not gonna toot my own horn. I don't want to, but that album was one of the best albums that was ever released that year. It's just an amazing album. We recorded it. The songs that we recorded, we put back to back in the studio. You can put the tracks, like the original track, the original Cadetes, and then the new one that we did, right? So we could switch back and forth to compare sounds and to, you know,
see how close you were to it.
And how close you are to it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it sounded exactly the same except for a different voice, you know, Tejana, and an upgrade as far as recording equipment, as far as, you know, get compressors and the way it just sounded a little bit more modern, you know. And we did that para darle ese respeto a la música norteña. We left it the same. We didn't change anything. But anyways, going back to your question, or going back to your statement, you know, I don't blame the fans for having an issue that I won that category. I don't blame them, again, because, you know, we are educated all our lives to thinking that conjunto music is Bone Mauricio, Dos Gilbertos.
Which you were jamming on the way over here.
Oh, yeah, man. I love Bone,
dude,
man.
to me, Bone Mauricio, people, I hope they don't take it in the wrong way. I mean this in the most sincere way. To me, Bone Mauricio is the Eazy-E of our onda. He is, bro. Like, dude, that dude's a gangster, bro. Yeah. Bone Mauricio's a gangster, bro. Like, to me, his music is the gangster rap of. Would you agree or no?
You know what? That's a good way of putting it. That is a very good
so
way
we need to make him, I don't know, whoever does Boney's shirts, they need to make one that looks like a NWA or Easy
Easy Boney. No,
shout out to Bone Mauricio, man.
Yeah, big shout out. And you know, when también Felix and Bino G from the Tejano Music Awards, a big shout out to y'all. They called me también and they were like, "Lucky you won this category." And I'm like, man, well, you know what? Any recognition is you know, greatly appreciated. You know, I appreciate the Tejano Music Awards. I'll be doing Fanfare también on March the 18th. I'm gonna be performing underneath the bridge. You know,
big stage, the main stage.
Yeah, I think so.
So people consider that's the granddaddy of granddaddy. If you can go to the Fanfare, that's the one. That's the one everybody wants to go. Well, San Saba's good. You know, all the stages are good, bro.
Yeah.
But Bino, he does a very good job of, like, you know, the newer artists that, you know, they're just getting started. He has them on one stage, and you could just see the progression, right?
Yeah.
Once you go into the bridge, most of those people on there have been grinding for a while.
Man, I remember when I used to play Fanfare at 2:00, 1:00 in the
But you would do it, right?
Oh yeah, I would do it. But it was when I first started, you know. Like I said, the grind. You gotta grind, man. You can't expect to perform on the main stage, you know, with 1 year out, and you know, ya quieres tocar in el main stage, pues no, that's not going to work. But going back to what I was telling you, man, I think that, you know, the Tejano Music Awards have done an excellent job with, you know, their events, and especially Fanfare brings a lot of business.
The production was not, dude, the production at the award show was at that. If you guys have never been to that tech port, have you been inside that tech port? Bro, it's super nice in there. It's one of San Antonio's hidden gems. I'm sure more people are gonna start using that. But it was a good time. Like I couldn't complain. There was no complaints from me for the Tejano Music Awards. And speaking of Fanfare, the week of Fanfare, we're working on right now to have here to play a couple of songs. The Ibarra Boys from down in your part of the.
So they're two young kids.
They're two young kids, right?
And I saw them on TikTok, and I didn't even know. They just pulled up on my feed, like people you may know, I guess, or whatever, because you know TikTok does that.
It's part of your algorithm, so it knows what you like.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Dude,
it's always listening to you, bro.
Dude, that's nuts, man. The other day I was talking to Camarada, and I was saying, yeah, man, those hats, they came out on Amazon, and they were this and that, and I was, you know, y luego de repente I was on my Facebook, y puras pinches ads to Amazon.
It's always listing, bro.
That is
always
nuts.
It's always listing. It's scary, but you know what, dude? I always tell my friends, like, if you're not trying to take over the world secretly, like, what does it matter, dude? You know what I mean? Like, there's some people that really, they take that, like, that's my privacy. Man, bro, shut your ass. Like, to me, that's the way I am. Like, shut up. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
I commented on their post. They have a video. They did a polka. The polka se llama Sácate los piojos, chencha. That's the name of the polka. I started learning the accordion at the age of 15, man. And I've always wanted to learn that polka. To this day, I do not know that polka. And when I heard it, estaba el huerquito, you know.
Dude, getting down,
and I'm
bro.
like, I commented, very nice job. I put, I don't even know that polka.
Oh, man.
And their mom replied, they were like, they look up to you a lot, and thank you so much.
Oh, bro, we talk about that, you know, that when you guys come on the shows, bro, you really don't, and you guys play your live shows, so many people look up to you guys, man. But before I forget, so that week, the Wednesday before Fanfare starts, in here in the studio, 4 questions, we're going to have Bino G, we're going to have the president of the TTMA, and
Frank.
the vice president
Frank.
of the TTMA,
Yeah.
all here. They're gonna sit here, and we're gonna introduce. It's gonna be the Fanfare pre-show. Get ready, and you know, I know the questions that are my friends, like people like you that I talk to on a daily basis. I know the questions that want to be asked, and hopefully they'll sit and they'll answer those questions.
That's what we need. We need. Not only the people, but the artists, I mean, to know what's going on, to know what's happening. We need to be informed. They need to be informed. I was talking to Bino G the other day, and I said, you should form some kind of, committee between the artists, have a luncheon where you sit all the artists down and you explain to them what's going to happen, what's going to go on, what we can do to unite, to spread, on our own social media, and make this better. Make the award show the way it used to be. It's just, times have changed. I mean, I remember when they used to have the awards at the Alamo Dome, man. I mean, you're talking about, humongous place.
Man. Oh, no, for sure, man.
And right now, that's why I think, Bumper, that we should allow different categories into the Tejano Music Awards. Like, we should allow these young cats like La Frontera and Secreto and all these to be a part of it, to bring that fan base back, to help it grow, man, to help it not be so secluded and, no, we're Tejano and that's all we want.
Yeah, no. You're right, Lucky. I've said this a few shows back. Maybe some people didn't hear this story. I'll tell you really quick. I had some friends, real quick, before I forget, shout out to Patrick Martinez. And what is it, DLG or DMG? DML, Aida, Alice, Texas. What's up, Patrick? Everybody watching on YouTube, man. Thank you, Tejano Historian. Thank you guys for watching. I always forget about my YouTube people.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. But where I was going, Luck, is that I think the Tejano Music Awards, the way it used to be, right? The pageantry, a lot of that was brought back this year. I saw some of the people were dressed to kill, bro. Right? The pageantry was back. But you're absolutely right. I think there maybe needs some other categories that would bring some other people in. But where I was going with the story is, I had a friend. Do you remember growing up? I don't hear about them anymore. A teen dance.
A teen
in the valley. You remember, like they would have like I grew up in Beeville, so Z95, Dwayne Luna. Yeah. If you guys are from the Corpus, Dwayne Luna used to come and you would pay $3 at the door. Little pickles, Snickers, Big Red, Pepsi.
Yeah, they had that in the valley. Teen
right,
night.
And your parents would drop you off, and from 8 to 12. Yeah, that was right. Well, so they did one of those here in San Antonio.
Oh, really?
And she charged, and she's like, I couldn't get over these 14, 15, 16-year-old boys paying for the girls and pulling out money, like a lot of money, paying. And they were dressed, así, like cowboyish. The girls wearing the same thing, and all they wanted to hear was the fronteras, right? So it's there.
Oh, bro.
Right? I mean, dude, they had almost 600 kids, bro.
You know, the thing is, that's a good point. La chavalada, you know, the young people. Now, again, I'm not going to take away from anything that the Tejano Music Awards has done. Pero when you look at the genre of Tejano music, there's not very many young Tejano bands coming up.
There's not.
You know, there's not. And unfortunately, that takes a toll on these awards. I mean, how many times can I win? How many times can X Tejano musician win? Or
well, I mean, you're right, because you see the awards and you see who won. You're like, chingao otra vez.
Well,
but
I mean,
you can't knock them because who's knocking them off the throne?
Okay, so this is the thing I ran across the other day. I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine, ¿verdad? Y they were like, no, pues aquel siempre gana, you know? I'm thinking to myself, well, why put him in that category? You know what? If they already won that category 5 times in a row, why put him in that category? I mean, the people are voting. Está bien, la gente, they're voting.
Right.
So they're obviously going to vote for the most popular
person they see.
The most popular person they see. So you know what? Take him out of that category already. Yeah, I'm not going to say that his time has passed.
What if that album they made that year is badass?
Well, that's when you yourself have to understand that your time is, personally, my opinion. Again, I'm going to say my opinion. This is me. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I can honestly say that I'm in a point in my life, in my career, where I can say, ¿sabes qué? I can step down or step away and let somebody else win album of the year or song of the year or duet of the year.
Right.
Or even though, let's say I put out an awesome duet, I already won that category one time, you know. So if there's a young person or young band or somebody coming up, that's the only way you're going to lend a helping hand in my opinion, again, is stepping away and letting the youngsters come up. So this can stay alive, man, because I'm becoming that artist, bro.
You're the old guy.
Exactly, carnal. And I've learned to accept it.
Oh,
you know,
shit.
Gracias a Dios, Jay Perez is still around. Gracias a Dios, Gary Hobbs is still around. David Lee's still around. Gracias a Marcos Orozco. So many Tejano icons that are still around, and that's a blessing. But they've been around for a very long time. I'm becoming that, Gary Hobbs. I'm becoming that. And they stepped away in their own way.
Right.
So it's just, you know, ¿cómo se dice el circle of life?
No, it's a revolving circle, right?
I mean, I might get bashed for, you know, what I say, but again, I mean, this is just my opinion.
But what you're saying is it needs to be said. I mean, honestly, I mean, I'm not telling the legends or the icons to walk away by no means.
No.
Are we saying that? But if we want our genre to continue to grow and be a sponge and start accepting more people. We have to do that.
I mean, look at these cats. Look at Frontera. They were scheduled to, the group Frontera, they were scheduled to do a performance in the Valley. And as soon as they were put on the bill, the people, the ticket sales went off the roof, bro. It was crazy. And then they got invited to Premio Lo Nuestro.
Premios Lo Nuestro. Premios Lo Nuestro in Miami.
Premios Lo Nuestro, for those of you who don't know, is one of the hugest award shows
For
anybody
Latin.
can ever attend for Latin music. And these cats were invited, so they had to cancel their appearance in the Valley. Y ahí va la raza. Que pedo y que this and that. Man, it's so difficult, man, to be able to stay at this level when you have that. Pero eso siempre va a existir. But my point is that, if we give these bands an opportunity to come into this, and not be so, no, que Tejano, let's not let anybody in. Pues we're going to stay here. We're going to stay at this level.
We'll stay stagnant.
Yeah. And
the water starts getting murky and ugly.
Yeah.
And we're not letting fresh water flow through it. And that's what these, new artists. But at the same time, look, we need more artists. There's not a bunch. They're out there.
Pero mira, I think it's a double-edged sword, Bumper. They see it, they see Tejano, and they're like, oh, okay. Nobody has ever done what Frontera's doing or what these cats are. Nobody's ever done in this genre. Nobody. You go back and you can quote me. You go back, you look at it. Number 1 on Billboard, bro. And I'm on their, how can you say the como dicen, why are you on their nuts? Right? A lot of people would say that. But I am, because the proof is in the pudding. Number 1 in Latin Billboard. Who
Over Bad Bunny?
Guys from the Valley, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't
our
tell
people,
you,
bro, our
Okay.
own raza.
Okay, so when a young inspired musician wants to pick a category or a genre of music to start playing, what category are they gonna start in? They're gonna look at what their options are. Tejano music, norteño, what's trending. Pues obviously they're gonna go
Where it's trending.
see.
Yeah, where they can make it.
So it's a lot more difficult for us as Tejanos to have a younger following. Tejano followings are from 35 and above.
True.
That's the
I
following.
could show you my statistics on the show. It'll say exactly what you just said, right?
Yeah.
60-40 is 60% women, 40% men. Because I'm a guy. If I was a girl,
Yeah.
it would probably be the other way around. But look, that you said that. I've noticed here recently that a lot of Southern Californian artists, they're seeing how big these numbers from these bands from the Valley are doing. So now they want to do something with them, right? You got JP's from La Fuerza Regia, like the Corrido Tumbados. They want to do songs with these guys because they know that's what's hitting right now.
Pues, again, I go back to what I say, like, they are evolving and they're saying it's trending. Hey man, let's go do that. When I did the Norteño album, I was kind of like skeptical about it. I was like, man, my Tejanos, I mean, they're gonna eat me alive, man.
For doing that.
Yes.
Nah, but I
But
mean,
wait. Freddie was like, this is a tribute album. Lucky, you're always gonna be a Tejano, but it's just a tribute album. You're paying homage to the music that you grew up listening to and the music that you like. Deja tú, it's not only music that I like. It's music that my mom would jam out to, my abuelo, my abuela, and a lot of people would comment on when the first single came out, El Palomito. Hey man, that reminds me of my grandpa. My grandpa used to listen to that. Hey man, my mom would jam that all the time. And these were Tejanos. And little by little, it started getting accepted. So we were very fortunate with that, man. Pero si andaba medio, I was like, man, because Tejanos are hardcore.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Hey, real quick, big shout out to a guy you know, Joey Morin, Joe's Hat Company there in
Órale.
George West. Shout out to him. Let's see, I don't want to. Jeremy, what's up? To the drummer for Grupo Asalto, Jeremy Ramos, what's up, man? I gave you your shot. He gets mad. He goes, dude, I watch your show and you nunca me saludas. So there you are, Jeremy.
Big shout out. I got a shout out too.
Dale.
Para Jesse Trevino. Big shout out también para Freddie Records that is watching también. Big shout out to Jessica Carrion, Signal Management también.
I'm glad you brought that up. So you are now, you are now under Signal Management. Jessica Carrion, wonderful person.
Espérate, cara.
Oh, there he goes. Look, he already knows what's coming. Oh, man. Well, on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, I don't like to consider myself the TMZ of Tejano music. But if I have to, I like to poke the bear a little bit, and on the underground, not so much on social media. I'm going to be real with you.
Okay.
Not so much on social media. Within the artists, right? Within the artists, cheese man of the artists, a lot of people scratching their head, like, why did you guys stop with? I think it was Adrian's. What was it? What was the name of the?
Are you?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So you were with that company, and now you're with Signal Management.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, like anything, man, todo tiene su tiempo, ¿verdad? And everything evolves, right? And we felt like it was time for a change. So we evolved into something different. Luckily, I was able to be a part of Signal Management, Jessica and Jesse Turner, man. He's I can honestly say he's one of my closest friends, like a brother. And when the opportunity came about to be able to go this direction, pues we took it, man. And gracias a Dios que la agenda se está llenando. The gigs are still coming in. And we had to, part ways. And it's for the best. Deseamos lo mejor a esa compañía, que tienen muchos artistas también muy buenos. So, but up until now, work is just filling up, and we're super excited. I'm going to go to Florida. We're going to do a tour with Signal.
Yeah, a lot of people watch the show from Florida, man.
Yeah.
Well, my wife's from Florida, so half of my family is in Central Florida, in the Ruskin, Tampa area.
So we're gonna be in Florida the first week of March. We're gonna be out there with Signal and Palominos. So that's a good
yeah, man. All in
one night.
Hey, you better start saying, don't spend all your tax money, because I can promise you that ticket is not going to be cheap, bro.
We got lucky. I mean, no pun intended, but I got lucky. Yeah, right? I got lucky on that tour because we were going back and forth, man, like I said. And Signal has I'm looking at it, it's Ayer y Hoy tour. And it's with Palominos, myself, Sábado 4 de marzo at the ranch.
At the ranch in Lakeland?
Aquí dice, man.
Hey, my Florida people report. Where's the ranch at?
Yeah, I think so, man. Y luego estamos el otro día, the 3rd, a day before, we're at El Sombrero in Palmero.
That's crazy, man.
I think so.
And how's the crowds, Lucky? Because you've been in Florida before. How's your crowds when you go down to Florida, man?
Oh man, it's amazing. It's amazing. Se llena, man. Es algo diferente porque pues we're not used to that, Pues I'm not. I'm pretty sure that Turner and Palominos are, but I'm not used to big crowds, and they come up to the front and they're actually there to see you perform, because we don't tour that way very often.
Right.
it takes about a year and then we'll go back.
After a year.
Pero it's awesome, man. La gente de Florida,
it's crazy, right? To see that in Florida, there's so man, Tejanos are all over the United States, bro. Milwaukee this last year opened my eyes up to like, I just never imagined the Midwest having Tejano fans like that. Like, I mean, looking out and seeing 60,000 people in the crowd, it's just like,
Pero
you guys
deja
are here,
tú.
like, to see Tejano music. Where did y'all come from?
Pero
bro?
deja tú, Bumper. They're not only Tejanos, man. They're people from Mexico, from San Luis, from, Tamaulipas, de Chile. Hay gente de todas partes de México, bro. Y gente porque va para allá para trabajar.
Yeah.
Campesinos. So they're not just Tejanos. It's just a mixed race of Mexicans.
No, dude. I always tell people the story. Like, I got stationed in Florida, and I got to Florida, and I thought, pues, there's only Puerto Ricans and Cubans here, like, merengue and salsa.
Yeah.
And I found an AM station that was playing Ramon Ayala, and they're like, we're live at this club. It was DJ Moyo. You know Moyo?
Oh, yeah.
Moyo was on the
mic.
And so I was like, where is this before Google, eh?
Yeah.
I had to stop at a gas station. Where's Ybor City? You don't know where it's at? I said, no, go here, there, boom. I pull up, bro. Pinche línea fuera, wrapped around.
And Ramon was going to play.
And it was like, it was Chicanos. I was like, and then I could hear the music coming out. I was like, dude, I got to stop here,
Era
bro.
Ramon or it was just a club?
The radio station was playing Ramon.
Oh, okay, I get
but
it,
the club was playing, they were playing nothing but Tejano music, right?
Yeah.
And it was all Tejanos.
There's people.
But you're right. People come from everywhere. If you stop to think about it, like the campesinos, like you said, right? The oranges, the strawberries, the tomatoes.
Yeah.
Like, that's what our people, that's how they work.
Yeah.
So, and there's generations that have been in Florida, man. So shout out to everybody watching in Florida.
Fort Myers, Florida.
Fort Myers,
Florida. There you go. Thank you. Hey, see, Eric is here. For somebody who was asking if he was here, he is here. He's in the audience. Bumper Gomez, tell Lucky I'm still waiting on that call. That's from the Milwaukee festival, the Milwaukee Mexican Fiesta.
We've been missing communications with them for a while, but we're gonna call you. As a matter of fact, as soon as this is done, I'm gonna call you myself. Like I said, it's so overwhelming, the amount of calls that we're receiving. It's just crazy. And right now, to tell you the truth, pues estamos understaffed,
Yeah.
So once we get the ball going, we're gonna be able to attend everybody correctly. I know that this past 2 weeks, management was at Promotores Unidos, and we were
in Vegas.
Yeah, and they were very busy getting contacts and networking.
That's it. That's what it's about.
Man.
That's what it's about.
So that time right there was dedicated solely to that, and it still is. The calls just keep coming in like crazy, man. But don't worry, we're gonna get to your call. As a matter of fact, like I said, as soon as this is done, I'm gonna call you myself and we'll speak.
For everybody asking if Lucky's gonna play some music, the guitar is here. He has promised me he'll play some music, but I just got a lot of questions for this guy, man.
Let's do it. I'm here.
Look, one thing that you do probably better than anybody else in the Onda right now
is juggle.
Hey, don't make me fool. We'll get 3 water bottles ahorita. Every time that I've seen you live, from having 50 people to 5,000 people, there's one thing you do probably better than anybody else in the Onda.
That's a bold statement, bro.
And people are going to agree with me. I promise you. Your interaction with the crowd, no matter how big, is probably better than anybody out there.
Oh man.
There's other artists that do it and they do a good job of it, but you're one of the best at like one of my favorites, and it took me a while to realize that son of a bitch he's got that shit recorded on his phone. It's when you call Or like when you make a phone call, right? And you're talking to the girl, like, you know what I mean? When you do those kind of things, bro, that shit is...
That's not a recording.
Oh, you really call somebody? You pay. You got to pay her. Like, yeah, I'm going to call you tonight or what?
No, that's my ex.
She really is? Oh, shit, man. But dude, when you stop and talk to the crowd and like I've seen people go live, you know, when you're performing, dude, the people love that. They remember that. They remember how personable you are. So the next time you come around, I'm gonna go see Luck. Dude, he puts on a badass show, and he recognizes that we're here. Not like my people in the chat room, they hate me because I don't recognize them. But it's not that it's just hard, right?
It's
you know
overwhelming,
what I mean?
especially with this.
Yeah, they're coming in like crazy. I honestly, bro, you are one, if not the best, at reacting to the crowd and getting their vibe.
But I appreciate that, man. It's mira, me está hablando aquí the person que le hablo. What? Hello?
You damn fucking liar, bro.
What?
Don't be lying to your people like that.
What did I lie about?
It is not
Stop.
your ex that you're talking
Stop calling me. I'm on. Bye.
Hell yeah, dog. Oh my goodness. So, hey, well, at least they're watching, right? That was on point right there, fool. Wow.
Did you hear the voice?
Yes,
That's the voice.
That's the voice.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. A big shout out to Samantha. Sammy Joe is her name, and she is one of my friends' girlfriends, and very, very good friend of mine. And él también, big shout out to Sugar Bear, Jesse Trevino. So what we did is I was like, man, you know what? We have this song, De Que Me Sirves Ya, and it talks about how, you know, now that I'm doing better, you want to come around and, you know, but what do I want you for? That's what the song says.
Yeah.
So I was like, how can I make that song, you know, more interesting while I play it live? But I'm actually thinking this bumper while I'm playing it. I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking. And I'm playing it. De que me sirve. It's at one of the gigs. And then I go, all right, drop it down. Boom. And we're there. And I say, ¿le hablamos o qué? I went like that. And everybody's like, what?
Hell yeah.
And then I take out my phone like this. ¿Le hablamos o qué? And everybody's like, yeah, call her, man, call her. And initially it started like this. I'd be like, hello? Yeah, it's me. Yeah. Espérame, wait. Stop cussing. What do you mean? I just wanted to tell you something. You remember when you said I wasn't going to be anything? You remember when I said I should get a real job? You remember that? And everybody's eyes,
They're
brother.
getting bigger and bigger.
People that are dancing, they stop, bro. And they look así para el stage. And I'm like that. And I have everybody's attention, man. There must have been like 20 people there when I was playing. But everybody was looking. And I said, ya chingue. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use it. There was nobody on the phone. So anyways, Jesse Trevino was driving for me for a while. And I'm like, man, I'm going to call Sammy next time. I'm going to call her and, you know, yeah, man, do it. Él también do it. And then I'm like, I talked to her and I'm like, hey, Sammy, this is what's going to happen. Te voy a hablar. And you're going to answer like if, you know.
Yeah.
No, hombre, bro. When I first did that, people were freaking out because she cusses. She's like, what do you want?
It's realistic, bro.
She's like this. What do you want, Lucky? Like that, real annoyed. And I'm like, hey, calm down. Stop.
Fucking calling me.
I can cuss?
Yeah, hell yeah.
She says, stop fucking calling me. You're fucking worthless. You're worthless. Que la chingada. Like she really lets me have it. And then I'm like, I just want you to listen. Y'all say hi to my ex. And everybody's like, ah. I just have one thing to tell you. Déjame hacer la FaceTime. And I go like that. And I'm like, ¿de qué me sirve ya?
Yes, bro.
Man, bro, everybody's like, oh, yeah, man. Fuck.
And if you don't do it, like the people who tell you after the show, like,
They're
hey, bro, I'll
waiting
give
for
you a
it.
call. Yes,
Now they're
dude.
waiting for it, bro. I remember one time I didn't do it, and somebody came up and says, man, did you fix things with your ex? I said, ¿cómo? It's because you usually call her, man, in that song, and you didn't call her.
Everything must be good.
Yeah, man. But, going back to what you said, I mean, I love to interact with the people, man, because one, we're so blessed to be able to have the opportunity to meet different people every single week. And we're so blessed to be able to interact that close to our fans. One, because our genre is so small that, we don't perform in stadiums like the Bad Bunnies and the Karol G's, and that interaction is no va a haber.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
You're
virtually
absolutely right.
impossible to go see Bad Bunny and for Bad Bunny to come and shake your hand and be like, "Hey, man," So we're blessed in this genre to be able to interact with our fans, and they love it, man. They love it. They love it. They love it for me to call them by their name. They love for me to stick around and have a beer with them whenever I can. They love it for me to take pictures, and I remember their names. Not everybody, but when I do, they're like, wow.
A special character.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Shout out to Manuel Iresti. Hit him hard, dog. What's up, man? Another thing I was going to tell you.
A ver. Vamos a ver la colita.
Here we go. Now, look. Another thing that you do, and it's it's coincidence that you're on this week. Because last week I started a whole fucking mess, bro. With un camarada tuyo de allá de 956 y un vato aquí de Austin area. They're both Tejano. They both play accordions. God dang, Lucky, you play accordion too, right? And they both love to cook. They're always either posting their food or posting themselves cooking.
Okay.
So what accordion player do you know from the 956 that siempre están live cooking and talking shit?
I know a few.
Okay, dame uno. We'll see if you're right.
But I mean,
at least once a week, he does his little show. Cooking with
¿Cómo se llama? A ver.
Cooking with Rock.
I've seen that show.
Rocky Beltran.
Yeah, I've seen that show.
So Rocky Beltran, and then I had J.R. Gomez here, who's also like a fancy chef. Vato hace like. So come to find out, as I dig more, the vato went to school to be a chef.
Culinary school.
Yeah, there you go. That's just fucking big words down there in Ed Chelsea, baby. So he makes like this fancy stuff, right? Well, Rock is more ranchero. Vato. He wants to do grill.
Yeah.
Well, they both play accordion, so they were like, you know what? Well, fuck it. We're going to have a show where we do a cook-off and an accordion fucking battle.
An accordion off.
Yeah, accordion off. You know what I mean? But people said on here, and I just glanced at one of the comments, people love to see you cook. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm one of them. When you go live and you're cooking shit, for me, it's like, okay, cool, man. Let's see how he does his. You're always making rice.
Yeah.
Rice is a for sure thing. That's one thing I can't cook.
What?
I can't make rice.
You know what we should do? Is we should set this up in your kitchen one of these days.
Yeah.
And we can go live and we could do the show and I'll teach you how to make rice. How's that?
There you go. And my wife's gonna be like, I've been trying to show you recipe. It takes Lucky Joe to come tell you, man. Yeah. Shout out to everybody watching. I know there's a ton of people watching. Thank you so much if you're sharing it. I greatly appreciate it. If it's your first time watching, welcome to Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. You never know what you're gonna get. It's every week we're big into Tejano music. We have the biggest and the best and the onda come by and shoot the shit with us for a little bit. So you guys get to know them on a personal level.
Yeah. It's great, man, what you're doing. I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
It's great what you're doing, Bumper. It's part of the unity. And this is the way, the fans get to see us in a different light and get to, and I'll go back to saying it, and educate the people of what's going on, man. It's an education. So, no nomás es entertainment. Es para que te eduques, para que sepas lo que está pasando, So that's good,
so like
man,
if you guys have been calling, if you own a business right now, you own a venue, and you've been calling the new number, and maybe you haven't got a phone call back. He just explained that. Like right now, they're getting going. Give them some time. They're gonna get the ball rolling, and they're gonna get back with you.
Management is watching right now, and they just text me. We are trying our best to get everybody's call in and returning emails as well. Please let everybody know that we love the support, and thank you to everyone that's been reaching out. He just texted me that right now.
There you go. So the management's watching the show. And speaking about shows, I want to give a good friend of mine. You know what? Maybe I've met him, maybe I haven't, but he lives in my hometown. Mr. Edgar Ramos from Beeville, Texas. He watches the show week in and week out. And speaking of Beeville, Texas, man. Texas.
We're gonna do Beeville.
Yes, bro. Check it out right here. So Fanfare, if you're Tejano and you're in South Texas, March is the month to be ready. You better have your boots shined up and ready to go and be ready to go all over South Texas. But in my hometown of Beeville, Texas, Lucky Joe, Marcos Orozco, Raymond Horta. Raymond Horta will be there.
That guy is
right. Ricky Naranjo y los Gamblers.
Oye, no más.
I mean, dude, the Crazy Pimps.
Mira, puros chingones.
Puros chingones, bro.
Puros chingones, mira.
Over and over. So, Spring Fest, dude, is what did you say, March 25th?
March the 25th.
The March 24th. They're going to do it 24th, I think, is a country night. 25th is more Tejano Conjunto. I'll be there. I'll be the MC. I'll be the host there.
Really?
For Spring Fest, going back to Bevo. So I'll get to hang out with Lucky again. But if you guys are not doing anything, shout out to Lupa and everybody out there, all the people who are supporting Spring Fest in Bevo, Texas. He greatly appreciates it, and the town greatly appreciates it.
Oye, Bumper.
What's up?
Me están diciendo aquí, por favor, give a shout out to Mr. Jacob Vela. Big shout out to Manuel, to Carlos Padilla, Mike Gonzalez, Edgar Ramos, Desi, y también Joe. There's a lot of people, man, that want shout outs. You know how it is.
Lucky does a better job than me.
See,
right?
I mean, I have them right here. So
it's gonna be. Look, and you know what's cool is that you do that. Some artists they're like with me. They're like, hey, bro, let's like. If we talk about a few of them, we will. But I'm glad. Again, he's a fan. He's a people's.
The thing about it is, Bumper, es que I've always said it, man. I don't care who you are. La gente te hace o te deshace, man.
That's it.
They will make you or they will break you. And just because we're in this onda doesn't mean that we're any different than anybody else, man. And I'll go back. I did a show with Rock and Roll James, and
I've seen it.
Did you see? And I said that, and I got myself into trouble because I was like, "Yeah, we're just like everybody else, man. I get up, I cut the grass." Pero pues I'm staying with Turner.
And he blasted you.
Man.
He got that piece right perfect, dude. He showed it to Turner, and Turner ate your ass up. He even went to his gardener and said, "Has this motherfucker ever cut the grass?" That shit was hilarious.
That was fun.
But that's funny too, bro. Like you're if you guys don't follow this guy on social media, you're doing yourself an injustice. If you like to smile every day, you like to laugh. 90% of his content is funny as hell. Sometimes. Look, you take us into your personal side.
Yeah.
Honestly, you do. A lot of artists don't do that.
Uh-huh.
Right? They always just show the good. They always show the smiling and everything. But sometimes, I can go back a couple of years. You were going through a lot of shit, dude. You were going through, life was giving you
man.
A roller coaster, bro.
Yeah. And it's like everything else, man. I'm como quien dice, I'm a public figure, ¿verdad? An artist. And I put it in quotations because we're categorized as such, right? So it's not only about showing the good, the happy times. It's not only about that. You know, I wouldn't feel myself if I didn't show you the part of me that hurts, or the part of me that is sad. You know, because we're all the same, man. We're all normal people. We're human beings. So I wouldn't feel righteous within myself without showing you that side. You know, that I think that in itself makes me, you know, feel good. Even though if I show you that I'm sad or I'm going through something, as a person, it makes me feel good and it makes me feel whole, because I'm the public's. I mean, 100%, man. I chose this as a profession. I chose it, and I have to roll with the punches, and I have to deal with everything that comes with it, you know? So
It's hard on a family being a músico. Being a military guy, how hard that was. You know, it's just the time away from family, and then you guys are in the public's eye, you know, women all over the place. and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you have a wife, that's kind of a hard pill to swallow, regardless of, that's my husband. I know he's, you know, that's what he does, whatever. It's still a hard pill to swallow. Yeah. I don't care how trustworthy, you know, one person is with the other. It's still a hard pill to swallow. Look, but is it safe to say, man, that some of those times that you shared with us during that roller coaster, did any of that ever turn towards any of your songs, any of your music?
Like I said, man, I'm 100% an artist that relies on life experience. I rely on my life experience because it helps me in everything that I do, because I'm a musician, I'm a writer, I create. And yeah, a lot of the things that I went through, a lot of the things that I've gone through in life have inspired me to write. You know, and I think that's why a lot of people can relate to the stuff that I put out, the songs that I put out before the Norteño album, and the songs that I'm fixing to put out here in another month and a half or so. We're fixing to release a new album, Bajo la Compañía de Freddy Records. We don't have the name yet, but we're fixing to release another album. And this album that we're going to release, I wrote like 70% of the album. So I'm really happy about that. But I take a lot of life experiences, whether it be happy or sad, and I put them into songs. Yeah. So I do that. I've done that ever since I started with Amor Escondido, Duele Quererte, the song I wrote for my mom, La Extraño Tanto. Yeah, man, I write by life experiences.
And, you know, speaking of your music and writing, you know, you really do take us, if you go back to when you started, you take us on a roller coaster ride. The ups and downs of, look, I'm being real. Like, if you think about it, you've taken us in the ups and downs of your life, dude. Mm-hmm. You know, I know you're a father. Yeah. Right? You know, and I love watching you on social media. You know, when you interact with your kids, when you guys go out to eat, just the little things, bro. Yeah. Because again, it shows the people that exactly what you're saying. You're a human being, just like anybody else. We make mistakes, right? Just because you're in the limelight does not mean that, you know, you haven't made mistakes in your life. You're not. Yeah. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, man, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I have. It's funny that you say that the roller coaster part, because I have a friend of mine, big shout out to Jacob. You know, he told me once exactly what you said. He says, man, look, you know, and he's a musician también. He's an up and coming country singer. Pero el vato es mexicano. You know, but he's a country boy from Sebastian, Texas, right?
Sebastian, Texas. Yeah. Where's Sebastian, Texas at? He's like, I never heard of that.
It's over there in the valley, ¿verdad? Pero he told me once, he says, man, look, I love coming to your shows because I know I'm going to dance. I know I'm going to laugh. I know I'm going to cry. And I know I'm going to be happy. He says, you just have this roller coaster of a show. And I've never heard anybody else say it until now, man. You know, and it's true because I start off the show with the normal, right? The here you are. You're here to see, you know, Amor Escondido and Duele Quererte, and you're here to listen to. And then there's a part in my show where I show you how I'm interacting with you, and I'm just we're one. We're the same, you know.
Yeah.
Then there's a part in the show where I relate to you because I speak about my mom and the passing of my mom. And then there's a part of the show where I speak to you about my failed marriage or my failed relationship. And then there's a part of the show where I get you dancing again, you know. And then, so yeah, man, I love doing that, and I'm so glad you noticed.
It what makes you personable.
Yeah.
Right. It goes back to being you're not just up there, you know, playing music like, this is what you want to hear. I'm gonna play it, right?
Yeah.
You make it. Everybody can relate to it because you know your songs. Every one of your songs, you can relate to it at some point in your life. You know.
Yeah.
Some I hope maybe you never have a chance to relate to Amor Escondido or like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I hope guys never have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it is,
bro. I've had people come up to me, couples, and they say, "Man, you're the reason why we got married."
Holy shit!
And I'm like, "Oh yeah, well, awesome." It's like, no, you don't understand. That song, Amor Escondido, that was us.
Yo era la escondida.
That was us. I was the sunshine. You know, in no way am I condoning that. I'm just telling a story.
Again, but it's part of who we are, man.
And
it's
actually, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I wrote that song. It's not because of a Sancha or a Sancho. You know, the reason why I wrote that song is that, I mean, I don't want to put anybody on the spot. This is just my opinion.
It's Wacky Wednesday. Put them on the spot, dog.
We all have that one that got away. Now, if you married that one, good for you. But in my opinion, there's always one that you're like, fuck, man, I messed up with that one. No quiere decir nada.
If I can just rewind, dice look, ching, yeah, look. But dude, again, man, those songs are. Speaking of songs, bro, for the people, ya me tan hasta acá. You wanna jam one?
You know, there's times when, there's times when I'm talking a lot on my shows. Like I talk a lot, man. Sometimes, a veces, you know, even I'm like, man, I'm talking too much. Excuse me. There was this one time where I was saying a story on when I was playing live, and I heard somebody, ya cállate el hocico y toca música.
For out of the crowd. Man.
And I'm like, está bueno, bro. Está bueno. Ahí te voy.
Before you play, one question I want you to answer, because it is from YouTube. And it's a very short question, but it's a strong question.
Okay.
Lucky, do you think you've evolved since you started playing music?
You know, I think that I'm trying to. You know, I'm trying to evolve, and because every album that I record has to be a little bit better than the last.
Than the other one.
And I think if I were to say, you know what, yeah, I think I have, you know. Personally, I think I have.
As a fan, I think you have.
Yeah. You know, there's and that comes from the grind, bro. Not only the music, but the grind.
We're going to talk about that evolving here. Yeah. Porque ya me están gritando de YouTube the same way from the crowd. Hey, que cante ya.
Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry.
Little country rolling.
And try to sleep. No, country rolling is like this. Pero sleep won't come. I'm just messing with you. It's like something unexpected, right?
Man.
They would be like, why is he playing that?
You can't. This is what you can't do on these shows. Like when you go live and it's just you and them, it's easy to say, what do y'all want to hear?
Yeah.
on a show like this, you can't do that because then people get pissed off. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I put one before them. How can we play this?
Yeah.
So I leave it to the artist. Whatever you want to play.
I guess I'll do was the very first single that I ever put out as a solo artist. I think I'll do that one. Because we have more time, right? We can.
Yeah,
do
hey,
songs,
bro,
right?
you got as much time as you
Okay,
want.
so
No pagamos por tiempo aquí. It's
the first song was this one, as a solo artist. Si el amarte es un pecado, pecaré toda la vida. Si el besarte es un delito, prisionero yo sería. Son tus labios contagiosos, esa boca tan divina, ya me tiene vuelto loco. Soy una causa perdida, nunca podrás olvidarme. Soy tu juego en el amor, una fuerza de lujuria en tus noches de pasión. Soy tu amor escondido, un silencio que quema, un secreto callado que te atrapa y te condena. Soy tu amor escondido, tu juguete de gala, y llegué tarde a tu vida, pero así soy feliz. Soy tu amor escondido.
así, ¿no? Damn.
You know, when that song came out, Bumper, it went to number one, like, boom, on Tejano Go Countdown.
Oye, te dijeron it was very relatable para todos.
And you know what, guys? Nobody knows, but I actually wrote that song for Turner, man. And you know what? I've never told him either. When I was singing it right now, I remember, I was like, wow, man, I remember I wrote this song for Signo. I wrote it because I was listening to Ya No Me Importa, right? And I was listening to the melody and the way it starts, and then it goes up, and then it, so I wrote it in that aspect, that outline, that blueprint. That's what I got, and I wrote it. I'm like, man, I'm gonna show it to Signo, but I never did. And then I ended up recording it.
You did it yourself.
And I did it myself.
Aren't you glad you did that?
Oh man!
See that, Turner? He held that one from you.
Yeah. But I've given him some good songs that they've sent me before también. And we always trade off songs.
What is your favorite song that Turner sings?
That Turner sings? Pues, I mean, there's a lot, man. A lot of people don't know, man, but Turner's an excellent writer, man. Turner wrote a lot of hits, like Ya No Me Importa, Mejor Dímelo, Está Lloviendo, like all those songs que han sido éxitos. I didn't know. He wrote them. I know one of the songs that I really like is this one. It reminds me a lot of Jacob, his son, because it was one of Jacob's favorite songs. But I don't know it like completely, but I know it goes, ¿Qué harías si te digo que te amo? ¿Qué harías si te digo que eres parte de mí? No sé cuándo fue. Remember that song?
Yeah.
¿Qué harías si te digo que te amo? Si te doy mi mundo entero.
Does it have the chihuahua in the background like that?
Yeah, that's. And Chihuahua's back there. He's
I'm
like,
trying to tell him, shut that damn dog up, man.
No, yeah. So that's one of my favorites. But I was never really ¿Cómo te diré? I really never paid attention. I knew of Signo, but I was never really. Pues yo ando en mi onda también. I'm in my onda también. When you're an artist, it's like andas en tu onda siempre, And until I got to meet him, more and more, we hung out. I started paying attention to the songs and the band, and we started working together when I joined the management company. And, you know, Signo has opened up so many doors for me.
Y'all's relationship is awesome, though.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's my brother, man.
I had a bet going about 2 years ago. Don't get mad at me. This was my bet. My bet was Lucky Joe is gonna fucking leave his band. He's gonna join Signal. Like Jesse's gonna be like, you know what? We're just gonna do a double. We're gonna do a double, and now freaking you're part of Signal.
Check this out. It's crazy that you say that. When I was with Los Frijoles Romanticos back in 2000, pues Jesse is de Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
Santa Rosa and Ed Couch are like 10 minutes away from each other. And Jesse knows Epi and Noe and all the Frijoles. Well, one time, Jesse visited Epi. And I tell Turner this story, and he doesn't remember, but I remember it clearly, man. He visited Epi, and we were there. We were all jamming out at Epi's house. And then Turner shows up in his van. He had a red van. Pero esas vans, old school vans, bro, with a side step.
Hey, with the bucket seats in the back. The back seat makes a bed.
Yeah, and the back would make a bed. Yeah, man. And he shows up, and he spoke to Epi, and I was there. And then he says, hey, man, come here, man. I'll talk to you. And I said, what's up, man? He goes, I know you play the accordion. I play the accordion too. I said, cool, man. He says, hey, do you know how to play bajo? And I said, nah, man, not really. He says, it's all right. I'll teach you. He says, you want to join my band? He told me like that. He says, you want to join Signal? And I'm like, oh man, I'm good here, man. I'm all right.
You're gonna do the Frijoles Romanticos. You weren't gonna jump ship.
Yeah. You know, because Frijoles was like another family to me. You know, I treat my band like if it's a family. You know, the band that I'm in right now, my band, I treat them all with respect, and I treat them like a family. I learned that from my past experiences of being with Alma Pulido, of being with Jennifer Los Jets, of being with Frijoles Romanticos. I learned that. Especially with Frijoles.
A lot of people don't know all those groups that you name. Honestly, there's a lot of people out there that don't know that you started with Bobby Pulido's sister.
Yeah.
That Jennifer Los Jets, like when she was like a baby.
Yeah, she was 17
when you joined the Jets.
Yeah, she was turning 18 when I joined. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
So I was Alma, then I went with Jennifer, and then I went with Frijoles Romanticos. And I learned that when you're on the road, you got to look out for one another, man. Es una familia. O sea, no estás allá nomás, you know, que todos se van a desbalagar. You know, you get to the location. You're a big old family. You eat together.
For sure.
You sleep together. You travel together. So, yeah, man. But Turner, he had offered me a job, and I turned him down.
You tell him no?
Yeah.
Hey, what did he say? He doesn't remember that?
He says, I don't remember, but maybe he doesn't want to. But he says, I'll teach you bajo and we'll switch off. I play bajo, you play the accordion, then we'll switch off.
So el vato tenía velvet adentro del van.
Ándale.
They had those big old seats. Speaking of velvet, man, and speaking of bucket seats and stuff, if you guys like this furniture that I'm sitting on, that Lucky's sitting on, big shout out to Court Furniture Rental right here in San Antonio. My buddy Mario Jimenez and all the guys in the back that work hard. You can reach them at 210-399-0113. That's 210-399-0113 or mario.jimenez@court.com. And Raza, Court, C-O-R-T, not court that we go to, C-O-U-R-T, right? They have awesome furniture at 50 to 70% off. You guys can walk to the warehouse. You can go online, check them out, courtfurniture.com. You can check out and look at their furniture. They have great stuff, and it's a lot cheaper than going and buying it at Ashley or somewhere else. So hit them up, man. And when you do hit them up, let them know that, you saw the furniture on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, and I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, man. También I want to give a big shout out to Signal Management again. The number to call for bookings, because people are asking me, the number to call for bookings is 210-941-7469. And again, if you don't get through, leave a message, por favor. Make sure you leave a message, leave your name, leave your email, so we can contact you. Like I said, calls are coming in y estamos bien bendecidos, Bumper. Este año nos va a ir muy bien con el favor de Dios.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
That tour right there you talked about, bro, that's hard right there. That's a badass little tour right there.
Yeah, man, and I'm a big man. I get starstruck, bro.
That's one of my questions I usually ask. Like, you still get starstruck?
Oh man, yes.
Con
bro.
quién, güey?
With palominos, man. Like, he soñado que te marchas y muy lejos, que te olvidas del amor que yo te doy, que mi súplica de amor no te detiene y me gritas que ya todo terminó. Cállate, nunca me olvides.
Oh,
Cállate,
shit, bro.
So every time we play together, man, I'm like this.
Hey, your boy Lalo said, once a jet, always a jet.
Oh my God. Dude,
shit, bro.
Man, we had some great times, man, with the Jets, man. I mean, those are days I'm never gonna forget.
Hey, you're in a video right here by the pig stand, no? With
Alma.
With Alma Polido,
Bro,
right?
where is that place, bro?
I think it's the pig stand. Fool.
It is the pig stand, but where is it? I've been trying to look for that place for years.
It's where the 35 and the 37 they all start.
Is it still called that though?
Well, there's a pig stand that's by the zoo. I gotta look at it.
Dude,
My San Antonians, the pig stand that was like right towards downtown. You can tell us.
I wanted to go to that.
You want to go reenact it?
Yes, bro. I've been wanting to do that for a very long time.
Shit, bro.
You know what? I actually thought about recording that song too, man. That's a beautiful song, man.
That's hilarious.
El quererte fue un error, no te pude hacer feliz. Es muy poco el amor que te ofrezco para ti y te deseo lo mejor, aunque no seas para mí. Quizás mañana me iré para que tú seas feliz. Siempre tu amiga seré. Ahí está la aquí atrás.
Hey, con el pelo así, ¿no? Chingo de gel, slick back.
No, it was the mushroom haircut.
Yeah, well, but New Kids on the Block.
If you guys haven't seen that video, go on to YouTube and look for Alma Pulido. It's called Amigos, that video.
And you'll see a guy that you might recognize there playing the accordion.
You know that video, man? After that video came out, it was so popular in Monterrey. It was crazy, man. That video got so much airplay in Mexico, in Monterrey. I got a call from Capital EMI Records. When Capital EMI was...
Back in the day, that was
back in the
top
day.
of the top right there.
Check it out. A representative from Capital called my house. I was still in Alma's band. I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm just going to say that it was a representative from Capital Records. I remember because my dad answered the phone. He says, hello? ¿Cómo que Capital Records? And I'm like this. I said, Dad, I was 17 years old, bro. I said, Dad, is it for me? He said, no, vato. He's like this on the phone. No, vato. Está muy joven, vato. No. Boom. He hangs up. So I'm like, what the heck, man? Like, what's going on?
You didn't have no caller ID back then.
No. You can't call back. You can't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder what happened. And I never found out until years later. The representative from Capital EMI Records, we met up somewhere.
JB?
No, I'm not going to say any names, man. Este güey quiere que diga un pinche nombre.
Okay, I
He's
just
very-
I
he was
throw
a
the
very
initials
popu-
out there. I don't
He
know.
was a very popular dude, man, and he's still in the onda today. Obviously, he's not. Capitol's not doing that with Tejano anymore. But he told me, "Hey, look, you remember back in the day when we called your house?" And I said, "Yeah, man." He says, "That was me." And I said, "No way." He says, "Yeah, man. Your dad answered." I said, "Yes." What happened? Like, what was the conversation? He says, "Man, we were offering you a contract as a solo artist for Capital EMI because of that video. They wanted it since I came out in that video. Carita joven,
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, they wanted to.
Y luego con el mushroom, New Kids on the Block de madre.
Puro, oh. Hey,
Hell
so
yeah.
I'm like, really, bro? He says, yes, bro. We were offering your dad to speak to him because we're gonna do a contract.
We're live. Close the door. Thank you.
So I was like, no way. He's like, yeah, man. And your dad hung up on us.
Like that. Bam.
No, está muy joven, mato. But you know what?
How did he do it? Look.
No, está muy joven, mato.
If you guys don't know, this dude is a master. There's a lot of voices that he does that it took me years to figure that it was him. Bro, you do the fara, right? The old man. So let me ask you. Are you the guy on the Cumbia Kings album?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, yeah. But no.
When you do the voice, though, it's very similar to that guy.
It's Don Pepe.
Don Pepe.
Oye, Freddy, ¿eres tú? Dude, I do an old man voice. I do an old man voice when the telemarketers call me.
¿Cómo va? A ver.
Bueno, no estoy. No, I don't want nothing. No. No, mija, ya no puedo caminar. No puedo, no. I cannot do it no more. I've been trying, pero no puedo, mija.
Bro, I just posted a video on my TikTok and this telemarketer calls and she's like trying to ask me to take a survey. And she's like, "In what year were you born, sir?" Y le dije,
1925.
Bro, she totally...
That's fucking 96 years.
Exactly. She totally disregarded the fact that I was 98 years old. She's like, "Okay, in the year 2000, que la chica..." I'm like, really? I'm 98. Dice, "Are you going to vote in 2023? Dije,
I don't even know if I'm gonna be alive.
Shit,
but
bro.
yeah, man. Yeah, I like to mess around like that.
That's hilarious, bro. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Again, people, if you're not following Lucky Joe on all his social media platforms, the dude is freaking hilarious, man. He's the same character that you see right now. He's like that all the time. I think one of the funniest ones I seen your Turner was pissed, and you were asking him about why he had a banana in his and it was rotten as hell. Like it had been in there for like a couple of days. Y el vato was looking for the key, way.
Like, he was looking for the keys to his car, and they were on the floor underneath the car that he had dropped them. But we were looking for the keys, and I had seen the banana already. I had seen it, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna get him. Because Turner's a real clean freak, man. He's clean, bro. Like his car is always como,
Brand new,
bro.
Yeah.
His car scent, se huele a nuevo, armor all, always vacuum. And he's always up on that. He's like, yeah, your car's all dirty. He tells me, your car's all dirty. Look at mine. Why don't you have it like mine? I'm like, sí, cabrón. When I saw the banana, saqué mi phone de volada, güey. Dije, aquí me lo chingo. Dije, what the hell is this banana doing here?
Oh, man. Well, one subject that I've been waiting to touch on, Luck, is 2 words. When the name came out, people scratched their head. Then when you heard the music, you probably took your hat off and did one of these like, a la chingada, what the hell was that? And that was Los Frijoles Romanticos.
Mm-hmm.
I told you before we went live.
I'm gonna give you some background music.
Dale. I told you before we went live that to me, the Frijoles Romanticos were about 12 to 13 years ahead of its time. You can agree with me, you can disagree with me. But I believe that if Frijoles Romanticos would have been put together in today's time and the way the music is changing, the way, dude, olvídate. I don't think the Onda was ready for what you guys put together, bro. Neta.
Man, I don't think the Onda's ready now.
I mean, Epi's a beast. You, like, bro, it was just something that was, it was so creative, bro. It was creative.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the easiest way to put it. You guys created a monster that had never existed in
La Onda.
And I wonder, I mean, you could go back to maybe like go to like Steve Jordan's, like when they came, they started changing the sound a little bit.
It was kind of like that. It was
kind of like that, right?
Unique sound.
It was its only sound. There was not another group saying we're gonna sound like them.
Yeah.
I remember the album. I remember the old house that was like
Epi's house.
Epi's house, right? Like it was just an old house, and I guess you guys recorded or you guys messed around in there a lot. That's where you guys came up with a lot of your.
This is first of all, thank you for saying that, man. You know, Frijoles Romanticos was created or was formed in what was it? 99, 98? Somewhere around there, 98, 99. But we were always jamming together, man. We were friends from the same hometown. You know, Turi would play with Pira Studio. Turi, the drummer, he was with Alma también, with me. Eri también was with Alma, the bajo player and guitar player. He jammed with Elida. Noel jammed with Elida, the bass. Epi jammed with Elida as well. So we would always hang out there because we all knew that Epi's house was the place to go to enjoy some music, some jamming out, you know. Así como estás aquí, hay una guitarra. On the couch, there would be an accordion. In that corner, there would be a bass. There's a drum set up 24/7.
Devil's lettuce everywhere.
Devil's lettuce everywhere.
Hey, well, that was make some music, bro. I mean, hey, wait, esa música era el Pink Floyd. Era el Pink Floyd de Tejano music. Like, you had to be on a level.
Is there anybody out there?
Oh shit, bro.
You know, you're right. You know, we were very influenced by different kinds of music. Pink Floyd, salsa, merengue, cachao, Maná, Frank Sinatra, the Beatles especially. It was just an abstract of music. If we were to have a playlist, you'd just like, it'd be like a big old painting of different colors, just swirls everywhere. You know, that's what that house was. We'd get in there and we'd just jam out, man. It wasn't a gig. It was every time there was a jam, there was a creation. We created something new. It's like a brand new baby being born, bro. Like being able to be in the ¿cómo se dice? In the birth room of a child being
in the
born.
creation.
That's what it was like. You know, everybody's on a it's like being there holding the mom's hand and the child is being born. That's the way we would look at the music.
I'm out here thinking like, God,
it's being created. It's being created. Like, for example, this song. I was on the drums at Epi's house. Wait a minute. No, I'm lying.
Pinche Devil's lettuce.
This song was created at a place we used to play at called Padrinos in McAllen, Texas. We played there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, bro. $60 a night.
For everybody.
No. each.
Okay, I was gonna say, God dang.
$60 a night each, from Wednesday through, or Thursday through Saturday. So it got so packed in that place, bro. The capacity was like maybe 200, and it would get so packed that McAllen PD would go in there and shut it down. If you weren't following city ordinance, they say, "Hey, shut it down." So one of those nights, we would do like little interludes, like in between songs, we would just jam out, right? And it was a cumbia beat, and it was cha 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 cha, and everybody's like, yeah, jamming. And I'm like, all right, raza, muchas gracias for coming out here. Que esto que el otro. And I look to the right like this, and McAllen PD's walking in. They're walking in, and I go to the mic and I'm like, no me asustan. And then they change chords. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, no me asustan, no les tengo miedo, no me asustan. And we're all like, yeah, man. Look at all the pretty colors.
Neto, wait, that's how that song was.
That's how that song was written. Well, that's how it's initially.
How it started. How it initially started.
So when we get back to the lab, when we get back to Epi's house, the lab, I remembered that, and I'm like, all right. And I just started putting words to it, right? And it just says that, bro. No me asustan. No les tengo miedo, no me asustan, no les tengo miedo. Esa gente criticona no me asusta. Esa gente que le gusta mover la boca. Esa gente no tiene nada más que hacer. Se la pasan criticando. And then I'm like, let's do a rap part. Yeah, man, a rap part.
Puro chichinchong, mi madre.
Ellos no me asustan, yo no les tengo miedo, aunque sea la policía o el gobierno. Ellos no me asustan, yo no les tengo miedo, aunque sea los que juzgan. Ellos no me asustan, yo no les tengo miedo, aunque sea la policía o el gobierno. No me asustan, yo no les tengo miedo, aunque sea los que juzgan. So, yeah, man. That's
Bro,
how
that is a badass story. I never in a million years would have thought. So, the police walking in, Lucky's like, fuck it, I'm just going to be like.
I was on the accordion. And the band was just jamming, and PD walks in. They had like a light blue uniform. They walk in así con lights, and I'm like, no me asustan. And you could see him like, what the hell?
Are they talking to him?
Bro, we were, of course, now everything else fell into place back at the Bean Shack, le dijimos.
The Bean Shack?
Yeah, the Bean Shack, la escuelita. La escuela. We had so many names for it.
Before you go into that, look, how did you guys come up with Frijoles Romanticos?
Man, this is the story that I know, and if any of the frijoles want to correct me, you're more than welcome to correct me. But I think it started off as, they went to this park in the valley que se llama Delta Lake. We would go there, bro. And it was a very popular spot back in the day. It's a family park, a public park, but it has a lake in the middle. So people would go there every Sunday, barbecue with their families. They have a playground. Kids would play. You could fish on the side. It was just very family oriented. And we would go there to barbecue también as a band and to chill out, drink some beers and fish. And I remember, if I'm not mistaken, that Turi and Aldo and Ed, Epi, some of the guys, pues they were tripping. They were tripping out, meaning they were having a good time. They were on that they were on that.
Devil's lettuce.
They were on that viaje, right? And they're like, hey, man. At that time, we were trying to figure out what we were gonna do because Elida was. A lot of the band members from Frijoles were Elida Reina's band back in the day. So they were thinking about, man, the whole name of the band. You know, I know that there was so many names that were thrown into the hat, but for some reason that name just stuck out like a sore thumb, man. It was like, what? You know? So they were talking about a restaurant, and I know somebody had said, like, I wonder, wouldn't it be weird if they had like a romántico plate, like el frijol plate, el frijol romántico plate, and it's just a joke, bro.
Just fucking people just shooting the shit,
and fucking around, man. Just like, and el frijol romántico, and they're like, bro, what if there was a band, Los Frijoles Románticos? Stuck. That's it, bro. It just stuck. And los tamales locos, los huevos rancheros. You know, it was just.
You couldn't use huevos rancheros because that's from Born in East LA.
Really? That band. Yeah. So it just stuck, man. And a lot of people, they didn't take the name serious. They didn't take us serious. But once they would hear the band, it was like, oh shit, okay, you're allowed to have that name, you know. But a lot of radio stations, they wouldn't play us.
Well, again, bro, because that music was just, it didn't fit the script. It did not fit the script.
If you want to trip out on it went from everywhere. From the music wasn't fitting the script to the way we dressed, to the way we did interviews, to the way we just lived. It didn't fit with what was going on at that time, you know.
Bro, but you guys were it was so fresh. It was like, you know what I mean? This is the other part. For the people watching that you're a fan of these musicians, you got to remember that some of these guys, like artists that I've had here, and we have conversations like off the air or whatever. Frijoles Romanticos are one of those groups that every musician admires the authenticity and the pinche big words.
The originality.
And Conchelsea ISD right there, baby. Right? So they admired the musicianship of that album when you guys came out. Like, it was different. Yeah. But if you take out just the guy playing bass, you're like, a chingada, right? Yeah. You just take out all the little parts of all those hits you guys came out with. It was badass. It was different. And for a musician, it was like, man, I wish that my record label or I wish I could do that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You know, well, some of them, you know, and it got to the point where it was so difficult to be in the game, to be in the same onda as our genre, which was this industry of Tejano music. With Frijoles Romanticos, it got to the point where it was so difficult that it's, you know, it's, ¿cómo se dice? It's disappointing, you know, because here you created this sound and you created this different style, and it's so hard to fit into this format. It was just very difficult.
Yeah, for sure,
man. You know, so, but you know what, man? All in all, we tried to evolve. I know that we tried to change the genre a little bit, because we went from no me asustan, no les tengo miedo, from no me importa lo que diga la gente. You know, we went from that to tranquilo, tranquilo me voy. Remember that one?
You were trying to be accepting.
Tranquilo, tal cual como soy. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to be a little bit more accepted. We put in a little bit of horns para que suena como, you know, Tejano.
Tejano jazzy.
Those were real real horns. Bob, at the time we were under Sniper Records and Rio Grande Records. Those were Bobby Pulido's
I was
labels.
gonna say Sniper has to be Bobby Pulido.
Yeah, it was Bobby Pulido's label, and Bobby was like, "That's what I want, man. Give me more of that. Give me more of Tranquilo. Give me more of that." And we tried, man. No más que, when at that time we were so set on our ways that it was just very difficult, man. It was very difficult, and lo que se hizo, y se quedó como un sello. It was sealed as Frijoles. That's it. Frijoles Romanticos. That's it.
Has there, since you guys stopped playing, has there ever been a time, whether off the air, at somebody's house, whatever, where you guys were all back together and y'all sat around and jammed some songs?
The guys, I'm going to say the guys that still live in that area, like Noel, Epi, Turi, they get together a lot more than any.
And you're always on the road. You're busy, so.
Yeah, and I try my best. I'll call Noel and I'll be like, "Hey, man, what are y'all doing?" And he's like, "No, because I'm on the road too," because he plays with Tex Maniacs. There was this one time that we did get together, and it had been it had been such a long time. And I know it was me, and it wasn't all of us. It was just me, Epi, and Noel, and maybe Ashley was there. Some of the other guys were there before, but then they had to leave. But we never jammed. But when we started jamming, me, Epi, Noe, when we started jamming, bro, it was like we never left. It was like it never stopped.
Like as soon as somebody starts picking, it's like
Cállate.
It's like riding a bike.
Yeah, man. And the good thing, the thing with Frijoles was like one of the songs that we recorded, I really, really like. This is the way the songs would come about, just so you can know. So Noel, one time I was at his ranch, we're just chilling, and he's on the guitar, and he's just like, whatever, he's just picking, and then he starts going. Right? And I'm like, what the heck? Oh, okay, it's right here. He's like, and I just started saying, no sé por qué tú me has olvidado, si toda la noche yo pienso en ti. He's like, oh yeah, man, yeah, do it. And then, where do you go after that? He's like, I don't know. How about we go? Like, that's the way songs were created with Frijoles Romanticos. It was just a blessing.
Hey, look, and do you write it down or you just stays in your head?
No, we would write it down on a piece of paper. No text, no nothing. Paper.
Yeah.
And that's one of Muñeco's favorite songs. A big shout out to Muñeco.
Muñeco, man, is my best friend of all time, man.
He loves that song because it's pero si vuelves a mi amor, te entregaría mi corazón y muy felices nosotros viviéramos. The chorus goes, tú me has olvidado, tú me has olvidado. Yeah, man.
Shout out to Muñeco, man.
A big shout out también to all the Frijoles, man. I love each and every one of them, man. And we've lost contact over the years, but we still try to keep in contact. I still call Noel and I still ask about the guys and see how everybody's doing. And gracias a Dios que everybody's doing good, man.
Yeah, man. I see Epi every now and then. The Conjunto Fest, I think is the last time I saw him. He's still kicking ass.
Yeah, he has
put a bajo in his hand, and that dude is.
Yeah, Epi and friends. A big shout out to Epi. He has his mom singing in the group, and he has a CD already out también. So big shout out to Epi.
Nah, he's a bad dude, man. That's a bad dude. Look, since you have the guitar in your hand, and everybody, you know, we went into the Frijoles Romantico trip, night pedo, right?
we went on to a trip.
Go back to Lucky Joe. What is there ever a time that, and I'm sure all the songs mean something to you. I don't mean to take that away, right? But is there a song, sometimes I think artists just have this song that, like, man, when they sing it, it hits you like a ton of bricks, dude. And it's tough for you to sing, but you know it's a song that you want to sing. You know what I mean? Like that people want to hear. Is there a song in particular that hits you like that?
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, of course. Do you want me to sing it?
Well, I'm just saying, that's kind of where I was going with it. Like
you know, I would have to say the one that hits me the most is the one I wrote for my mom. You know, my mom passed away when I was around 15 years old. And it was a surreal moment in my life, man. I was 15, you know. Pero she was a big time supporter in my music. Bought me my first accordion. Que en paz descanse mi mamá, Rita Rodriguez. She was a beautician there from Elsa, very well known, and she would cut hair, everybody's hair there in town. And, you know, it took me a while, man. It took me a while to write this song for her because I guess it was kind of like a suppressed memory, you know, of her passing. I mean,
how many years had it been since when you wrote the song? How many years had it been?
Man, it was like, but she passed away in 95. She passed away in 95. Actually, like maybe like 3 months after Selena passed. She passed away. Three or 4 months after she passed.
So like June of 95.
No, I would say in April or 6 months or no?
Well, Selena died in March of 95.
Oh, so it was like
right after.
Yeah, it was a month. Because I know my mom passed in April. And I know this because we buried her like 3 days after my oldest brother's birthday. It's crazy, man. So 95 until 2014. How long is that?
19 years?
19. It took me 19 years to write the song. I was already gigging. With different bands and stuff. As a matter of fact, I was on my second album, bro.
You say 95 to 2005?
No, yeah. No, 95 to 2014.
Oh, shit. So 19 years.
19 years.
Yeah.
So I had already released my first album. No, not 19 years. About 10 years. It took me about 10 years. I roughly 10 to 19 years, bro. I mean, I got home from a gig, from a tocada, and in my house, and I always tell this story, and if you guys already heard it, pues ni modo. I would get to my house, and in the middle, in the living room, there was her picture. And all around were my brothers and sisters in a cap and gown. And her picture's right in the middle con un rosario. And there was a couch underneath the picture. And my guitar is always laying down in the couch or on my bed, or because I never know when I'm going to get inspired. So I get the guitar. I got home from the tocada and I was a little buzzed, you know, and I started missing her, and I'm looking at her picture, and I grab the guitar and I look at her. And I go like this. I play one chord, right? And I'm looking at her. And I just say, te extraño, mamá, te extraño tanto. I miss you so much. I'm talking to her. And I just start. Esta canción se la dedico a mi madre. And I'm like, that just came. It felt like it came from up above, bro. Like it just, boom. No writing, no putting it on my phone, no nothing. And I stop and I'm like, again. And I kept going, bro. It was like somebody opened a faucet. When you open a faucet and just water comes out, it just pours out. That's the way the lyrics started pouring out, bro. After I did that, I kept going and I didn't stop. And I was like, esta canción se la dedico a mi madre. Con toda la fuerza que tengo en el alma. Canto hacia el cielo para que me escuche. Para que ella sepa que la extraño mucho. Ella se encuentra en un paraíso, rodeada de flores. Sé que está tranquila. La extraño tanto. Quisiera abrazarla, contarle mis sueños, llorar en sus brazos. La extraño tanto. Anhelo tocarla, sentir el calor que siempre me daba. La extraño tanto. Yeah, man.
Damn, bro.
That's it right there, man.
And you know that video to that song, when I saw it, one of the things that I did is like I sat and thought about your whole video, the whole scene at your mother's gravesite, you know, dressed as a mariachi.
Mm-hmm.
As a fan, I could only imagine what it took for you to shoot that video.
Yeah. You know, it's whew. I'm trying to, like, you know, every time I sing that song, I have to close my eyes. There's not one time, I don't think, that I've ever sang that song live with my eyes open, bro. You know, I look out in the crowd and I see all these mothers because I invite them up to the front, you know. And if I stay with my eyes open, cállate, man, I won't get through the song. And I close my eyes and I ask my mom to help me, bro. I literally, like, if I'm talking to God, and I ask my mother as well, and I'm like, Mom, help me get through this. Help me get through this song. And I get through it, bro, every single time. And I know it's because she helps me do it, man. She helps me get through that song. When we filmed that video, you have no idea, man. I had to separate the creative side of me as an artist from the regular person that I am. It's crazy. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It makes absolute sense.
You know, because you're trying to be that artist, right? And you're trying to give the people something something heartfelt and something good. And you want to show the reality of things. And that's why I'm going to tell you the story, man. I'm going to tell you the reason why I chose the beauty salon was because that's where I grew up. That was my house. That's where she cut hair. That's where I would come with my accordion. I would say, Ama, mira, I learned a new polka. And she'd be like, a ver, mijo, tócale. And I would play, and it sounded horrible, bro. It would sound horrible. And she would say, ay, mijito, qué bonito tocas el acordeón. And I knew she was lying, man. I knew she was lying, but she was being supportive. And then I chose a theater where the ambulance takes off. That actually happened, man. My mom had an aneurysm while watching a movie at a theater, at a public theater. And I remember walking outside, and I remember watching the ambulance take her away. She had a brain aneurysm. And that's why I chose that scene. And we went to the same movie theater. I got a buddy of mine that had an ambulance company. We went to the same movie theater. And that's why I chose the cemetery. So people could see, where my beautiful mother is buried. And I chose the Ed Cauchosa mariachi, the kids, so they could see where I come from as well. You
touched your whole life in that video
that's
there.
where I came from. I came from that mariachi. And I think that a lot of people relate to that song because we've all lost loved ones. And no sabes, brother, I've been doing viewings. I go sing at viewings, and that's the first song they asked me to sing. It's the very first song. And estoy ahí, hermano, y está el difunto aquí encima de mí, bro. Y la familia enfrente de mí. And I'm singing my mom's song, and it's tearing me up inside, bro. It just tearing me up inside. Because I feel their pain. I feel their pain, bro. But when I'm done, I give my condolences. And the look on their faces as I walk off, or as they tell me thank you, I know it's a gratitude that it's very hard to come by, man. Very hard to come by, and I'm just so blessed, bro. I'm so blessed.
I could tell you that you probably heard this a million times, but your mother's looking down on you every time you take that stage. Not only that, like being a father, being the person you are with people, like, gracias a Dios, I still have my mom in my life, right? And I know a lot of people. I lost my dad. I know a lot of people that don't, have one or the other, and the people are lucky enough to have them both still around. But I think our cultura really absorbs mother, like to us. La madre is everything, right? She's
it's the glue, man.
It's the glue, right?
The
and
glue
they're
to
supposed
the
to always keep the families together, and and when that's taken away, it's tough, man.
Oh yeah.
It really is tough, and I really think that our culture, we're really mom, like abuelita and ama, like that's
oh yeah,
right. I mean, that's the center of everything. That's the everything, like you said, it's the glue. Everything revolves around that. Once you take that out, that out, the shit just starts falling apart.
And that's what I say. When I sing at these viewings, I always say, don't let this be the only reason why you unite like this. Stay united and be strong and be there for one another, and just always remember the happy moments. That's what I do, man. When I close my eyes, I sing that song, and I remember happy moments that I had with her. When she would tell me I sounded great and I didn't. When she would, get out of an 8-hour shift and go home and cook me fideo and, just down home tortillas. And I just remember the happy moments, man.
The smells, the nostalgia, all that stuff, bro. Yeah.
Cállate.
You think you that's why you love to cook?
I think so, man. I think so. You know, I was brought up with nothing but home cooking. It was rare that we would go out to eat. Very rare. I mean, we were a poor family, man. You know?
Dude, a lot of people can relate to that, though. Look, a lot of people can relate to, you know, going to go get a Whataburger or a Pizza Hut or Pizza Inn, Masante el Pizza Inn, right? Like, to get something like that, bro. That was
yes, I laugh, man, because I just it triggered a memory and
the Pizza Inn
because we lived like maybe like half a mile away from Pizza Hut and churches. And there'd be times, bro, that we'd be playing outside and we would get a whiff of that pizza. And then the southern wind would come in, or the east.
Church's chicken.
And we'd be like, oh,
hay comida en la casa. Hay comida en la casa.
Sí. Y luego de repente, fideo. Oh, okay, yeah, we're here.
We're good.
We're good. There's fideo here.
Bro, you know, I'm not going to say a friend, but it's funny you say that because I you know, growing up in Beeville, I had friends from, you know, bolillos and negritos, everything, right? And I had this bolillo friend. He'd always want to spend the night. But el vato had $1 million ranch, mansion home. But he wanted to spend the night with us on the way. Yeah, dude. And I would always ask him, like, we got older, so dude, why would you always want to stay? He goes, bro, because y'all's breakfast, the chorizo mexicano. Like, he goes, I can remember, like, in the mornings, we'd play outside, and you'd walk up and down your neighborhood. You could smell the tortillas, chorizo from every house. Everybody was cooking. But, dude, that's crazy, right? And we take those things like, man, and here are these people that have everything, and they're like, to them, that's you know, family. They don't have that. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing like a home cooked meal, man. That's why I love to cook. We spend most of our days and most of our weekends on the road. If it's not Whataburger, it's Arby's. If it's not Arby's, it's a cold sandwich from the deli there at a Stripes, or, you know, a taco.
From Love's.
Sí, from Love's, que ya tiene 3 días ahí.
Chester's fried chicken.
Chester's
Más on the outside.
Hijo de su. And so when we get home, or when I get home, man, I love to cook. Y sé de todo, bro. Arroz con pollo, mole, chiles rellenos, caldo de res, caldo de pollo, mariscos, bistec
you make menudo?
ranchero. Menudo, I have tried it once, man. I've only tried menudo once.
Look, you might have lost a lot of fans right now.
But wait, no, I've tried to cook it once.
Okay, you love it.
I love menudo.
Okay.
Cooking it, I've only tried to cook it one time. Y menudo tiene su onda, bro. Menudo tiene su onda. My brother makes a great menudo. But, man, I tried it and no me salió bien, I'll be honest. No me salió bien.
It's because you want this certain flavor, and if you don't mix the right things, it se sale too picoso or too not enough chile. Like it's a hard mix. Oh shit, bro! Somebody wrote a long message. I just saw it, but says I remember when I played with you in 2015 Tejano Fanfare, and I was in the audience. He goes, I remember when you played it at the 2015 Tejano Fanfare, and I was in the audience crying like a baby. I had just lost my mom in August of 2014. Johnny Adrian Pee-wee Falcon.
Oh, man.
Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for that.
Pig stands on Broadway Street.
Pig stands on Broadway. I
told you that it's on it's right there. It's on Broadway. It's where all the roads start splitting. The 35, the 37. It's right there.
Somebody needs to send the location on the comments. Put the address in the comments. That way we could swing by.
Dude, tomorrow he's gonna be doing a fucking TikTok.
Yeah.
Well,
man.
Again, man, the show is like a roller coaster ride. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just how lucky he is, bro. I'm so glad that you know you finally said yes to coming to the show, and you know even through this treacherous. I mean, that just goes to show you, bro, the kind of person you are. Any person could have been like, "Bump, no, hombre, the road's too cold. I'm not gonna." And you're like, no. And then when I told you, hey, I'm not gonna go to Corpus.
I thought about it, to be honest.
The truth comes out.
Pero espérate, I woke up this morning and I'm like, man, and I had drank last night. I had some beers last night with my cousin, a buddy of mine, and pues nos pusimos con madre. And then in the morning when I woke up, like around 11, because that's the time I woke up because I was crudo, I said, man, maybe I shouldn't go. Maybe I can reschedule it. And then I'm like, nah, man, you know what? I got to do it. I have nothing to do. I have nothing to do, and this is for my business. This is for the fans. This is for Bumper. Bumper's going out of his way. He set up his things. You know what? I no le puedo fallar. So I said, man, let's go.
I appreciate it, bro. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, Lucky, I appreciate you doing that. And again, I'm lucky, bro. People always stop me like, Bump, I watch your show, and I always try to stop. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I don't remember everybody's names. Like, people like, I follow you on Facebook. Well, it's hard to remember, 6,000 people on the.
Yeah, it's kind of like me. Like I'll get a fan. Bless their hearts, man. Like I love my fans, but sometimes I'll get a fan that comes up to me and says, "Hey, Lucky, remember me? I took a picture with you. I was the one wearing a hat." and bless their hearts, man. And I'm like, man, there's so many people that we meet in this industry, and it's difficult to remember everybody. But
yeah, for sure.
So I love the fans, man.
Man, Lucky, I think what you have done so far in your career, dude. In the beginning, you were calling yourself one of these old guys, and I was trying to like pull back, like, he's not there yet, not even close. Yeah. But when you started talking about Alma and the Jets, and like, God damn, pues sí,
like, this guy's old.
He's been around. He's been around somewhat.
But the thing is that I wanted to touch on, Bumper, if you allow me, I wanted to touch on the fact that there's a way to stop that, is to evolve and to go with don't be ashamed to go with what's trending, Don't be stuck in your ways. This is my opinion. Like me, I was in a I started with Tejano. I'm still doing Tejano. I still do Conjunto. I did a tribute album to Música Norteña, but I didn't just stick to one thing, I have to evolve. I have to go with the times. I have to go with what's trending to stay relevant. If you do not stay relevant, right now, people, 30 seconds max, bro. They'll look at you for 30 seconds. They'll flip you, man.
Yeah,
they'll
quick.
Flip you. They're not there, It's very difficult to get that listener or that audience or that viewer and keep them right here, man. If you don't trend, es lo mismo. Nambe, lo mismo. Es lo mismo. You don't trend, you're going to become that, a thing of the past. And I'm trying my best. And I want to touch on the fact that the fans have been there for me 100%, have accepted everything that I've done from the first album that I came out with to Norteño Poderoso. You guys have been supporting me 100%, and I appreciate that so much. But stay tuned for this next album, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? I go by that rule. This album, Norteño Poderoso, gave me so much work. Hijo de su, Bumper. Tanto trabajo que me dio, que estoy bien agradecido, that I'm going to follow somewhat that same pattern. I recorded norteño songs, originals. Canciones norteñas, but I wrote them. And I also did a couple of cumbias, and I did a balseada. I did a duet with a good buddy of mine, and y'all are going to love that one. So I only did one collaboration on this album, and it came out, man, awesome.
When is the world going to be able to see the album?
I know the single's going to drop. The new single's going to drop mid February, along with a new video. And then by the end of February, we should have the single and the video. And then by mid-March, maybe the whole album. Yeah.
So we can say at Fanfare, we'll at least hear two songs from the new album?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You can hear one right now if you want. You want to hear one?
Yeah, hell yeah. They want you to give a shout out to Washington State.
Big shout out to Washington State. Los Commanders.
Yeah, promoter Antonio Daniel, FTP, Fresh Tejano Promotions.
Antonio Daniel, yeah. Great buddy of mine también, man. He's a great cat. He takes a lot of bands out there. Antonio, hello.
To my boy JC Cardenas,
So
originally from Beeville, Texas.
I'll do a little bit of the new single. Nomás pa' que la
Oh, yeah.
oigan. I hope Freddie doesn't get mad. But the new single is going to be called Mi Güerita. That's the new single. It's called Mi Güerita. It goes like this. Shut it. Mi güerita chaparrita consentida, como quisiera darte un beso en la boquita, acariciarte y adorar tu cuerpo entero y demostrarte lo mucho que te quiero. Dime que sí, mi amor, ya por favor, no me hagas más sufrir por tu calor. Quiero probar ya tus labios bonitos. Dime que sí, que no ves, te necesito.
I like it.
That's an original. I wrote that one tonight.
Y luego güerita. I wonder what güerita.
Yo ponga chocolate in a canción.
Hey, we were talking about Muñeco earlier, right?
Yeah.
You know, I met Muñeco when we were very young, and he was a English second language, right? He spoke Spanish before English, and he used to have a little puppet, dude, little Kermit puppet, and he used to go around and say, "Dame los huevitos de daddy." Bro, so I mean, I've always said that, dude. And we were like, "Dame los huevitos de daddy."
Yeah. I tell the guys sometimes in the band, I'll tell them that they're getting ready, and if they're putting a shirt on and they don't see, I'll go, "De que los huevitos, de que los huevitos." They're like, "Hey, man, chicos tienes, güey."
Oh,
A big shout out to my
bro.
band, man. A big shout out to my band, to Rene on the bajo sexto, to Oscar on the bass, to Jorge Ariano on the drums, Mike Benavides on the congas, and we just got 2 new members, bro, in the band.
The band got bigger.
Yeah, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a fiddle player and I got an electric guitar player. So big shout out to Daniel Perez and a big shout out to Matt Flores.
You got a fiddle player?
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna feel bad because I did an interview with they're from the Valley. Oh, he's kicking my butt, dude. I did it. I had a vacation in South Padre, and they came and they did the show. And he had a fiddle player.
Okay.
And he would do a Randy Rogers.
Oh, is Inevitable?
Inevitable, yes, bro.
So that's the dude that we have. He
he
helps him out también.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name's Daniel Perez. He's a great musician.
El vato delivers pizza?
Yeah. Yeah, man. But that's his
It's a small world, bro.
That's his summer gig, man.
Y el vato hey, if you know that dude,
Yeah.
and you're in the Valley, and hey, you're I don't know, you're gonna go to the Sanchas or something, and you don't know the code to get in the apartments. That vato knows all the codes to get into any place in the Valley, bro.
He's a very talented musician, man. He plays guitar, he plays fiddle, he plays keyboards, he plays congas. He's very talented.
And he can sing Randy Rogers.
He can sing también. And what I did is, I started looking at these private events, that they hire us for. And I always get, "Hey, do you do country?" All the time, man. And I don't have the elements. I never had the elements because there was either a fiddle solo or a guitar solo. I never had the elements. I'm like, pues I can't do it. I can't do it because we don't. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna bring these guys on and see what happens. No, hombre, bro. Now I'll do a private y la gente encantados de la vida, bro. We'll do Cover Me Up, Tennessee Whiskey. We do Mercury Blues.
Well, I just saw you did Tennessee Whiskey. You put the video out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, Karim Leon también and fucking.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, man. Because I was doing Tennessee Whiskey way before Karim Leon did it. Way before, bro. I know there was a comment there that said, Karim Leon did it y ahora everybody wants to do it.
Junebug Gonzalez. I'll
Oh,
call
it
him
was
out.
Junebug. Hey, but you know what? Hey, just for the record, I was doing that song way before he did it.
There you go, Junebug. Way before Carillon.
I love Junebug, man. Me pesca el puro pedo, bro. He's a great family, man.
Hey, bro. But you know what, dude? That dude right there, he's pushing his limits, bro.
Yeah.
He's going outside his box, his norm, singing that song with Frontera, going to Nashville in front of, with all these bolillos singing.
Yeah.
You know, like, dude, that's outside of his box, bro.
Yeah. You see, that's why I said, why not try country? Why not try it? So we do, if I had money, I'll tell you what I do. I go downtown by
Mercury too crazy about a Mercury.
You know it. Yeah, I'm crazy about a Mercury. I'm gonna buy me a Mercury and cruise it up and down the road.
That why Yoakum?
I think so. Y luego el Fero, cállate. Y luego el guitar player, I'm like, oh yeah.
He gets down, bro.
After the show, people come up to me and be like, man, you did great, man. We want, that's what we want at our wedding. Here's the number. Call us. Y'all do more? Yeah. What else do you do? You can dance this with your wife, I said. A heart on the run keeps your hand on the gun. Can't trust anyone. And I was so sure what I needed was more. Try to shoot out the sun. The days when we raged, we flew off the page. Such damage was done. And I made it through, 'cause somebody knew that I was meant for someone. So girl, leave your boots by the bed. We ain't leaving this room till someone needs medical help or the magnolias bloom. It's cold in this house and I ain't going out to chop wood. So cover me up. I know you're enough to use me for good. So cover me up. I know you're enough to use me for good.
Hey, bro. I didn't know you do good country, fool.
Bro, and then we go into
Ya va a comenzar. He got a country. Hey, it was Alan Jackson, not Dwight Yoakam. They corrected us.
I think we do. Oh yeah. No, I don't want to do it because Junebug's gonna say, "Ah, ya ves."
No, dale. Hey, Junebug's watching Queen of the South anyway, fool.
Nah. But yeah, we do Tennessee whiskey. We do Cover Me Up. We do a little bit of Dwight Yoakam. We also do.
You know who does a badass cover of Tennessee whiskey?
Who?
In Tejano music? Badass. Ladez.
Oh, really? Oh, man, this is a great band.
Hey, bro. They was about to sing Tennessee whiskey. A veces, I like that version better than,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, I've had a bunch of Chicanitos that do country music. I've had them here on the show, just like, here as guests. And we've starting to get more and more and more. And I love it, dude, because you know what? Honestly, it's a big part of who we are.
Yeah. And
You
all
know
in
what I mean?
all, man, we have, and I've always said this, we have the best of both worlds. And why not take advantage of the fact that we're bilingual? I mean, look at this interview. I would have to say 95% of this interview has been in English. We have the best of both worlds. Why not take advantage of it? If you can sing in English, go ahead. If you don't think you can, who cares? Try it. You have to try it. We have the best of both worlds. If George Strait can sing El Rey, why can't I sing The Chair?
And that dude, and that song when he sings it, hombre, the crowd goes nuts, bro.
Why can't I sing Tennessee Whiskey if George Strait sings Volver, Volver? You know what I mean? There's no barrier when it comes to music, especially when you're bilingual. I'm pretty sure if I knew how to speak Japanese and there was a pinche song que estaba bien popular in Japón, I'd be singing
K-pop.
that.
You're gonna be Korean K-pop.
I'd be singing
Y luego el
it.
mushroom haircut is gonna have to return, dog.
Dude, whatever it is. Es como decía mi abuelito. Decía mi abuelito, my grandpa would love to fish, bro. He would say, no, pues, no está picando con camarón. It's not biting with shrimp. Vamos a calar mullet. No, it's not biting with mullet. Let's try whatever. Another bit. Liver, chicken liver. Ya chingamos. Llenamos el bote con puro truchas y reds, con puro chicken liver. So you stick to it. You have to change baits, man. You have to change. Let's see what sticks. Let's see what works. For us. The old cats, they were set. The old cats were set. They were set, bro. The Mas, the Jimmy Gonzalez, they're set. They created their own, and that's it, bro. You know. But us, we have to fish, man. I have to fish.
I always say, like, you put a concert together, like in Laredo, they do it. I know they do it in the Valley. You put a Randy Rogers and then a Ramon Ayala to close. The same stage, the same crowd.
It's happened before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
And those guys, you know, those Texas country artists, they know the raza makes up a majority of their fan base.
You
bro.
know, Turner told me a story once, and I believe it because there was another dude there that confirmed that comment that Randy Rogers did. He played with Randy Rogers in Elsa, my hometown. And they opened up for Randy Rogers. Signo
opened up for Randy Rogers.
Yeah. So, ya sabes Signo, bro. El espectáculo que hace con las luces, the show,
the whole
drummer,
production.
the whole rockteño, the whole production thing. And that's it. Gracias. We're Signo and whatever. Up next, Randy Rogers. And Randy's on the side of the stage waiting to get up. And Turner walks off the stage. And Randy Rogers says, hey, man. Nice to meet you. I'm Randy Rogers. He's like, hey, man, Turner, what's going on, man? Nice to meet you. He said, Randy, man, you just kicked our ass.
How do we go up after that?
How do we follow that up? But obviously, you know, Randy has his hits.
Yeah, of course.
But for Randy to acknowledge that, bro, it says a lot, man. This is a lot. This is a guy that tours and sold out arenas, stadiums.
Yep, for sure, man.
You know, and Grand Ole Opry. And for him to acknowledge that and feel like, ay, güey, me patalearon el...
Yeah,
So,
no, he's absolutely right, bro.
We have something. It can be done. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I'm glad that you're doing it, bro. You're not letting anybody tell you, hey, you shouldn't. Hey, if I'm gonna try, you got a fucking fiddle player and a goddamn Tejano band, bro. Like,
Dude,
who has that?
We're doing No rompas más mi pobre corazón. Pero la
You
raza.
gotta bring it back,
Oye,
fool.
pero la raza en el wedding, they love it, man.
Dude,
they love it.
Every young man.
Everybody's gonna dance. We also do.
Eric's a DJ, so
Yeah.
he knows how to keep a dance
have you
floor.
heard the one that goes, cállate? Everybody dances that. But anyways, you know, you have to evolve, man. And that's what I'm trying to do. Y like I said, man, la raza nos está apoyando al 100%. I just posted a video of me doing that country song and everybody went crazy. Wow, great job. So this new album that we're doing, we're trying to stick with what worked, which was the norteño music, but original. I wrote a lot of norteño songs. Y vamos a ver cómo nos va, man. Yo sé que con el favor de Dios nos va a ir bien, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know there's going to be some Tejano fans that are, you know, like you said, there's some that are stuck. They're not open to, you know, but if, hey, like you said, right, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
You know, but at the venues, at the things, we're still going to hear some old Tejano, the Tejano side of Lucky Joe, or
you know, I I still do a lot of covers that I grew up listening to. I do a lot of conjunto music as far as el estilo de Rubén Vela, Tone La Rosa. That to me is conjunto, you know. Again, because I was educated that way, you know. So I still do a lot of that stuff. I still do some stuff from Los Aguilares, you know. But mainly, I try to stick to what I recorded, like Amor Escondido, Duele Quererte, Muchacha Bonita, my mom's song, the Norteño album. I do that maybe like 80% of that album live.
But bro, that Norteño album, it really, for the crowd that you were talking about, like when you go to Florida, you get a lot of people from Mexico and stuff. They eat that shit up, bro.
Yeah, bro. Nombre, it's crazy, man. And even Tejanos, man. I just had a gig in Robstown, Texas. A big shout out to Robstown. We played at this place called The Location. I gigged there a couple of months ago. And the first song I start with, and this is a Tejano crowd, bro. Like, they love música de Tejano y música de conjunto, like Rubén Vela.
Yeah, Robstown, Alice, Viva, that's big conjunto area
puro
right
conjunto,
there.
right? So we start with una palomita blanca de piquito colorado, and everybody gets up to dance, bro. Everybody. And they don't care if it's norteño or conjunto or tejan. They get up because they like the song, they like the way it sounds, and they want to dance. That's it. You know what I mean? So when it comes to music, if it moves you, tú dale, man. Tú dale. Tú dale. It's the way I feel.
One thing I wanted to ask you, off the wall question, is growing up, we're about the same age. Growing up in our times, dude, bailes were a lot different than now. Right, bailes where you would go with your compadres, you know, with your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law. Everybody would go together, you buy their tickets together. You get a table. You could bring your own bottle. You could sit around, and everybody would drink. Right, and if there was a song you want to dance, you would go dance and come back, and everybody would converse and hang out at the table.
Those days.
Right, those days. Right.
I was chavalón. My grandpa would have a case, bro. My grandpa had a case for his Crown. Oh no. His Seagram 7.
7 and 7.
7 and 7, bro. I thought it was
Chemo in Florida, bro. He loved that Seagram 7.
I thought it was one of those portable 8-track players that came in a case. Did you ever see those? It looked like an egg.
Yes.
It looked like an egg, and it had its own case. Dije, Grandpa, ¿por qué trajo su 8-track player para el baile? And he'd open it, bro. He'd open like this. Y estaba la botellita de 7. The Seagram 7 y acá sus setups, sus vasitos.
Setups with the cups of ice with the 7-Up.
Bro, and then he'd send me, órale, ve tráeme 7-Up. Y then tráeme a hielo. Ay, güey. I remember those days, man. And you're right. Those dances were different back then.
They were different. You know, the venues were set up for that. Now you go, it's just one little mesita if you're lucky to get some chairs. If not, it's more concert venues, right? It's more that. But I think a lot of that has to do with these.
Yeah.
Right. You go now. Everybody's like this. There's no more. There's no more conversation.
You know, Turner told me a story, and he's probably gonna hate me for saying this story, but he said he went to go see Bruno Mars in Vegas, right? And one of the requirements to go into that show was to put your phone in a bag, in like a purse type of thing, and you can't record. You can't record. You put it away. They take it from you, bro. They take it from you. So you're in there with no phone. You know, and it's designated like in a locker or something. It's put away, and that's your number, whatever. When you finish the concert, here you go. Give me back my phone. They give you back your phone. So he says that he went into that concert. He says it was the most amazing concert in his life, like the best concert. And that Bruno Mars actually made a song about it. That he'll start, like, I don't know, he'll be like, yeah, I took your cell phone. I took your cell phone. And everybody's like, yeah. And he says, all right, there's no recording. There's you, your hands are free. Get up and dance. And you're right. People are so stuck in just social media and just, they forget about what they went there for. You went there to have a good time. You went there to dance. You went there to see the artist, you know.
Don't tell my wife that ahorita. She's like, this We went to go see the Iconics on Sunday. And, I always go live, and I'd go live way because of what I do, and like you know what I mean.
That's your job.
It's kind of like my job, right? People expect me to do that.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I started going live again. She looked at me. She's just like,
Otra vez.
Otra vez. Next time, I'm just gonna. That's why I just stay home.
Oh,
Quería
my God.
bailar, güey. She
Yeah.
wanted to dance, so I said, "Nah, fuck, let me put it up. Hey, let's go dance, right?"
Yeah.
But I think that has a lot to do with the way violins are now. You know what I mean? But to take them away from people, it's rough, dog. Like
Well,
people,
Bruno did.
people are not
Bruno
just gonna
did it.
give up their phones like that, man.
I guess it's because it's more of a residency show, and he doesn't want other people to see it online and not want to go and pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what Joey Rodriguez from David Lee, he gets mad at me. He's like, Mom, don't go live the whole damn show. I'll go live for 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, that's enough. Don't do no more than that because then people are not they see the whole show.
Yeah.
They just say, Bumper's there. Fuck it, we don't got to pay. We're going to watch it for free anyway.
It's Friday,
but
guys.
I get
It's Friday, ama. You want to go out? Chinga, está en frío fuera. Pues chécate a ver si Bumper went out. Chécate. I know Jay Perez is in the area. We'll just move the couch y aquí bailamos.
Oh, shit, bro. Oh, my
Mi
goodness.
mundo.
Oh, fuck, dude. Man, fucking lucky. God dang it. No, dude, I'm so, again, man, really, really happy that you came and people got to see another side of you. Sometimes artists, I get they get the feeling like I'm just gonna ask them these questions. They're like, man, you know what? I ain't down for all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say what artists, but I've walked up to artists before, and before I even said hello, how you doing, they already know me. Right away, their words were like, hey, I ain't down with that live shit. I don't do that. Hey, how you doing, man? My name is Bumper Gomez.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know why. A lot of.
Hey, be real, dog.
I gotta be very, very careful with what I say.
Okay.
Because I don't want to offend anybody. But the thing is, some people want to be a little bit more private than others, man. And I respect that. Because being in this onda, brother, being in this industry is very difficult, bro. As an artist, as a performer. Porque you say one wrong thing, one little thing, and it could ruin you, man. It can ruin you. It can ruin your image. It can ruin the way people perceive you. It could just ruin you.
I get it. And this is live. It's not like I edit anything. Like what you say, it's said.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean?
And I understand, some people are not too comfortable with that. But I've always said, man, like, I know what I'm getting myself into. I knew what I got myself into from day one. When you do this, tú eres de la gente. Tú eres de la gente. I can never stop being Lucky Joe, man. And I'm speaking in the third person because that's my stage name. That's my real name. I can never stop. Bro. There's no stopping it. If I go to the store and I'm eating and somebody comes up to me and says, hey, man, are you Lucky Joe? I'm going to say yes. And I'm in the middle of a meal and they say, man, can I take a picture? I'm going to say yes. I can never stop. I can never be upset. There's no way, man. It's just not in the rule book. It's just there's no rules. It's hard. I mean, that's my opinion.
No.
You're that's just my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Others may think differently. Pero sabes qué? You don't know how that fan feels at that very moment. You don't know how that fan feels. He's looking at you or she's looking at you like, man, there's the dude that sings El Palomito. There's the dude who sings my favorite song. You know what? There's the dude that we played his song at my mom's funeral. There's that dude. Man, I want to go up to him. I want to say hi to him. I want to shake his hand. I want to take a picture with him. You don't know what he's feeling, he or she is feeling. So I always take that in the back of my mind. I always have it, man. I always have it. And I put myself in their shoes. So I can understand why some people wouldn't want to come here and do it live because está bien difícil, brother. La gente te hace o te deshace, bro.
That's true, but I mean, if anybody's watched the show at least more than once, everybody knows, it's laid back. I honestly, I never try to put anybody in any kind of position or ask them something that I know is gonna, hurt somebody or it could hurt them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, I want to iterate that these are solely my opinions.
Yeah.
And I mean, you believe what you want. I mean, this is just what I think. These are just my opinions.
I will tell you this. I'm just glancing down at. I always say that at first I used to be one of those guys that would look at how many people are watching, and I got to the point where I didn't care. Like those 4 or 5 people. But as I've been looking down, you're up there with March 16th or a Fanfare weekend.
March 18th.
March 18th will be my 3 years of doing Bumpers Wacky Wednesday.
Man, dude.
3 years, and it's I can't believe it. I still can't fathom that I've been doing this every Wednesday.
Yeah,
making it a point to interview somebody and
for
talk.
3 years, and you never had me on your show.
You see
how rude?
How rude of that guy. But you know what? Look, as I was saying earlier, I got sidetracked like I always do. But I'm just a fan, bro. At the end of the day, I'm nobody different than anybody watching the show that watches it, that's a fan of the show. I appreciate it, but I am just a fan of the music. I'm a big believer in our cultura, and I say this all the time on my shows. The reason I do what I do is because I want our kids, our grandkids, our great-grandkids to never forget who we are, where we come from, right? And this music is such a huge part of it.
Yeah.
And no matter where you're from, Texas, Milwaukee, freaking Florida, Cali, Arizona, doesn't matter, right? Chicanos, Mexicanos, you're going on my soapbox. I'm not. But we're going to be the majority of this country really, really soon.
I think we are the silent majority already.
We are, but we're the least representative in everything, right?
Yeah.
So the reason I do this, man, is just to keep, you said the word, I've been saying it forever, that's my motto of the show, is keeping Tejano music relevant. Yeah. That's all I'm doing here. Well, I just wanted in your face to let you know that, hey, all the people say, hey, you go on TikTok, hey, he's dead, bro. There hasn't been shit, this, that, or the other. It's not. I can show you week in and week out.
It's alive and well, man.
It's alive and well, and it's kicking all over the United States.
Because Tejano, no nomás it's like Bobby said, and I'll quote what Bobby said when Bobby won his award. He says, Tejano no nomás es música, es una cultura. And I quote Bobby because, man, bro, it had been forever, man, since he was even considered for a Grammy. And he got a Grammy for, his Tejano music. And when he received it, he says, Tejano vive, porque Tejano no nomás es música, sino que es una cultura. And it's so true, man.
It's different than a lot of other kinds of music, bro. That's a very true statement, for sure.
It's a culture, man. And you know what? It's going to be around it's going to be around long after I'm gone. I know that.
For sure. Hey, when he's one of those guys saying, right, you're one of those ones.
Me acuerdo cuando salí con la canción, mira, de Amor Escondido, mira. Si el amarte es un pecado.
Man.
Oh, shit, bro. Man, look, it's been awesome having you here, bro.
Thank you.
This is a part of the show where I hand over the microphone to Lucky Joe, and you can thank whoever you want. You can you give shout outs. You can do. There's some stuff that I didn't ask you that you wanted me to ask you. That? Hey, the microphone is yours, bro. You want to throw out the phone number for people to reach you? You can do that. Last night, what you did, that was another thing. I really didn't talk about it. You did a very good job last night. I bought a number. Hopefully, Friday, I win. What you did for your sister was just amazing, bro.
Thank you,
and the fans, how quick those numbers went, dude.
Man, for those of you who don't know what he's talking about, my sister got diagnosed with cancer, and she's been in a battle with cancer for about, 2.5, maybe 3 years. And it's finally hit her to the point where it's, it's very difficult for her to even get out of bed. You know, she's not working, income is slow. Estaba en difícil, you know, and, you know, we had like a little family get together. You know, we went out to eat and we're like, pues, ¿qué podemos hacer para ayudarle a mi hermana? And everybody had ideas. Okay, let's do a chicken plate sale. Okay, let's do a fundraiser. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, she needs it ASAP. You know, she needs help financially ASAP. And the best way I knew how was to waffle. Now you have to say waffle. To hold a waffle. Because if you say the other word, they'll take it down.
Neta?
Yeah, man. So we last night I went live on my Facebook.
And you had a waffle.
And I sold, well, I accepted donations for a waffle. And the winner gets a 2-hour VIP unplugged. Now, all the proceeds that were sent in directly to my sister's Cash App. I didn't touch anything. They were just sent directly to her. And I had a phone. I was live and I had a phone taking calls. And the only way you could get a number is if you called that number. And when I went on live, man, it was crazy. I was talking to one person and the other line was beeping. Boop,
Beeping, yeah, the
boop,
whole time.
Boop. And then I'd hang up with that one. See, I want to buy a number. Like, I want to get a number and I want to get a number. I think we sold out in like an hour and a half. We sold out 50 numbers. We received 50 donations at 50 per number. And
Y todos pagaron la.
Y todos pagaron, man. Todos pagaron. And what I did is I wrote their information down, and then I took a screenshot and I sent it to my sister. I said, make sure these people are on your Cash App. And she went crossing them all out. So roughly, we raised $2,500 from the numbers.
In an hour and a half.
In an hour and a half. But people were still donating. And I think they're still donating now. So if you guys would like to donate, you could donate to my sister's Cash App. It's Andrea Paredes 28. So it's $ANDREA Paredes PAREDES 28.
If somebody's watching and donated last night, put that in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, in the YouTube comments, if you're watching on Facebook, put that on there. And if you want to donate, you know, it's for a great cause, man.
Anything helps, guys. You can send in $1 if you want, $3, $2, $5. I had some people from Lubbock. I had people from San Antonio, California, Florida, gente que, you know, they were on my live and they said, hey, we don't want to purchase a number. I got inboxes, bro. I said, we don't want to purchase a number. We just want to donate. From everywhere, man. And estamos bien agradecidos. My family thanks you all. My sister, I posted a video of my sister saying thank you to everybody. So it's on my Facebook. Go and check it out. Pero yeah, man, cancer really does suck. And my heart goes out to anybody that's going through that right now. And if there's anything that I can do to help, feel free to hit me up on my social media. I answer all my messages. I know what it feels like. So yeah, we had a very successful live session last night, man.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I literally got the second to the last number.
Yeah.
I called it. He's like, who the hell is this? Because I was calling a number that, you know, not his phone.
Yeah.
I said, hey, when are you going to come tomorrow? Man, I told my wife, hey, I'm going to give it. She's like, yeah, get one. Yeah. Hey, we got some parties coming up that we could.
Yeah.
So,
and
we'll see.
It's a 2-hour unplugged performance. Me, the acordeon, y René en el bajo. I take my little speakers and I just perform at your backyard. And I'm doing it anywhere in Texas. And again, all the proceeds went to my sister. So if there's a gig in Lubbock, hey,
I was about to say, bro, that panhandle's real big, bro.
Carnal, I had a raffle once, a waffle. And the winner was from Lubbock, Texas, Papa. I drove 11 hours, bro. And I did the same thing, 50 numbers, $50 a number. All the way to Lubbock, I drove, did the unplugged, and came back, bro. So,
hey, Lomas, I just gotta ask, te dieron un like propina?
Well, the thing is, I'll put a tip jar in the front, and I'll be like, whatever y'all want to donate, that'd be great. Get us a burger on the way home. Y boom. And you know what? That in itself, bro, that helped me through the pandemic, bro. You know that I never stopped working through the pandemic.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that earlier. You're one of the artists that were out there still hustling, doing those things during the pandemic.
Yeah,
bro.
because they came out with no more than 30 people at a gathering. When they said that, I said, there it is. I said, I'm gonna offer a VIP unplugged for no more than 30 people. No handling money, todo online, todo through app transaction. Stay 50 feet away from me. I'm going to go. You have your party. I do the thing and I'm out. So that's what helped me through the pandemic. And if you guys hired me during the pandemic, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Again, RC. Now, big shout out to my management team, Signo Management. A big shout out to Jessica. Big shout out to my record label, Freddie Records. Thank you so much for giving me the artistic freedom throughout the years. También to all the fans that have supported me up until now. Thank you so much. Toda la gente que nos cuida en el camino, because we've made a lot of friends on the road, bro. I don't remember them all by name, but we've made friends to where we get there to the place. Hey, ya comieron, mijo. Vénganse a la casa a comer. And they'll take us to their house and they'll feed us. You know, tienen en donde quedarse. Where y'all staying tonight? I'll get y'all the room. Don't worry about it, mijo. We'll get. So if you guys have ever fed us, if you've ever gotten us a room, and we appreciate that from the bottom of my hearts. You know, you don't. From the bottom of our hearts, you don't know how much that means to us. And last but not least, I want to thank all your fans, bro. All the people that log into you every Wednesday and they stay up to date. Y tú también, carnal. You are doing a great job. You are the gatekeeper in a way, man. Your following has grown. I'm super proud of you, man. Keep doing it. Hopefully when the album drops, I'll come back and I can show you how to cook rice.
Yeah, that'd be badass.
We can have a listening party and we'll listen to the album.
I think that would be super badass, man. You will always be welcome here. Look, I support you 100%. You know, and your fans. I mean, just the chat room has just been like my program couldn't even keep up with the things coming in. It was just like big blobs were coming in. Yeah, the
awesome.
blobs. It's hard to keep up. And to everybody that watched on YouTube, everybody is watching on Facebook. Thank you guys for watching week in and week out. We're going to continue to bring you the best in La Onda Tejana. And some days it might not be an artist. Some days it might be just part of our cultura. I mean, dude, I've had the sound guys here.
That's awesome,
Panchito,
man.
G-Man, Rogelio.
Awesome.
Like, I had, different parts of the Onda.
You know, that's what's so different about your show, man. And you should have those guys on your show, man. The guys that are behind the scenes, those guys, man. Sound guys, road crew, they show up there hours before they even hit the stage, and a lot of them they're not very appreciated, man. They're left, to the side, man. And I always try my best, man. When I go and I perform on somebody else's stage, I always try my best to remember to give a big shout out to the sound guy, to the road crew, to the people that have been there who made the event possible, especially at Fanfare, carnal. Man, if I was a sound guy at Fanfare, I think I'd pull out my hair, bro. Seriously, bro. You're talking about band after band after band.
And everybody
band.
has to have it their way, and you got like 5 minutes to switch everybody out.
And a big shout out to all the engineers that do Fanfare, to G-Man, to J Smooth, to a whole bunch of engineers that go out there, every year for Fanfare. Cállate, I wouldn't be able to do it, man. Because you get those divas that show up. Hey, no me oigo.
He said it, not me. He said you get the divas, man. But look, just to the fans so that you know, Lucky drove here from the Valley, man. That's not a hop, skip, and a jump. You know what I mean?
It was
not coming
5
from
hours exactly.
Really?
Pues me paré a comer.
Hey, there you go. But he does it for the fans, man, for you guys. And again, I can't be more I'm so thankful for that. Look, honestly, man. Bro. And the other thing that I wanted to say to the people, like, the times that I've met you, it's like we talk like if I've known you since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Like, you've never made me feel like, who the fuck are you and why are you talking to me? right? It's always been like, hey, Bumper, what's up, man? Boom, boom. Are you going to be here? Boom, boom. We talk, meet up, whatever. You know, I mean, I got a picture with him and Happy the Clown.
You were lucky and happy at the same
I
time.
was lucky and happy at the same time. But you know, I'm just, it just goes to show you, man. There's some artists out there that will really go above and beyond, you know, to make sure that their fans they know that's who makes them. So Lucky from Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, bro. I would say all of us, but as you can see, I'm the producer, the promoter, I'm everything.
That's como el vato que tenía el commercial. He had a commercial. He's like, I'm the janitor, the owner, and the hair club president. It was a commercial for
all
hair.
together.
It was a commercial for Rogaine, or I don't remember. Yeah, man. You know what? Thank you, man. Thank you. You're doing a great job. Like I said, I came because I wanted to do it for the fans también, but also to take, neta, honestly, I'll be truthful, to take advantage of your platform. You know, it's to help each other out, you know. And I say take advantage in the most respectful kind of way, because this is what we need to do. We need to take advantage of one another and use our platforms to grow and to be bigger, man.
Together.
So I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. No problem, man. And, well, to end the night, dude, we'll end the show with whatever song you want.
There was a hole in the middle of the ground, the prettiest hole that you ever did see. Well, the hole in the ground, and the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around. And in that hole, there was a tree, the prettiest tree that you ever did see. Well, the tree and the hole in the ground, and the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around. And on that tree, there was a branch.
Oh, my God.
Prettiest branch. I'm almost done. That you ever did see. Well, the branch on the tree, and the tree and the hole in the ground, and the green grass grows all around, green grass grows all around. Thank you very much, kids. Tune in next week.
Feature Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman.
No, you know what? I want to end the night with a song that you guys made a big, big hit. And it's the song that I call my ex on. So you could call my ex if you want. Let me see. I think I'm not tuned right. Hold on. Send some shout outs while I tune.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah?
We're going to give some shout outs to Juan Baldet. He said the pig stands on Josephine and Broadway Street. Shout out to Cynthia Torres. She says she's foot stomping. Jojo Obregon out there in the Midwest, man. Thank you guys for always tuning in. Jose de Jesus. Bumper, you need to invite Ricky Guzman III to your show.
Oh,
Where's the
Ricky, man. He's from the Valley, man.
Let's see. There's a lot of badass people in the band. Shout out to the New Beer Depot. The New Beer Depot is out here watching the show. Hey, Beer Depot, we're always looking for sponsors. Pinche plugs and whatnot. Robert Garza, what's up? Michelle and Joey Rivas, Linda Hernandez, Kenny Castillo, Chicanita Juárez, El Gancho Tommy. Pues su pinche nombres que tienen, ¿no?
Saludos para la pierna.
Road Trip with Bonnie Mauricio on full blast, dijo El Gancho Tommy. Edgar Ramos, always watching. Bumblebea, thank you. Patricia Juarez. The Tejano Historian on YouTube, thank you, man. J.R. Ramos, Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Lucky was at Applebee's in Mission, Texas. I played a song from Frijoles Romanticos and sent him shots. He came to us to the bar and took a picture and bought us around.
That what?
J.R. Ramos says, oh, no. Hold on.
You can go back. He bought me around?
He said that he started singing a song because, see, this thing's bounce around, bro. Hold on, it's going. Ahí viene. He said, Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Lucky was at Applebee's in Mission, Texas. I played a song from Frijoles Romanticos and I sent him some shots. He came to us at the bar and took a picture and bought us all around.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
J.R. Ramos.
J.R. Ramos, saluditos para ti.
Norma Salazar. Guadalupe Cuellar. Thank you, Lupe. That's my buddy Lupe.
Saluditos.
Yeah, man. Everybody. If I didn't call your name, Lucio Ortiz. Vanessa Martinez Caballero, the Keith Leal radio show. Check that guy out. Houston area, man. Keith Leal is a great guy.
Shout out.
Shout out to tu amigo Pete, another DJ. JC Cardenas, Rudy Valenzuela, Renee Sobrevilla, Eric.
Para Eric.
Eric Jams, bro. He won this week's. He got to sit in the host. He's been here very quietly, patiently.
Yeah. Big shout out to JC Cardenas también. We're going to see him March the 25th
in Beeville.
At the Beeville show.
Yeah. He's my homie originally from Beeville. Now he lives like in Hondo or I put I or some shit like that. Oh, yeah. He lives out there.
So we'll finish off. You said you wanted... So you said you wanted a song, so... We'll finish off with that one we started talking about in the very beginning of your show.
Oh, saludos to Rudy the Loco Lopez.
Rudy the Loco Lopez.
Rudy Lopez in Far West, LP Entertainment.
Awesome.
He said saludos. Fabian Parra from the Homeboys. What's up? San Juanita Perez. Hello, young man. He's talking to you, bro. Estoy en viejo.
Young.
Yeah, porque no me quito el pinche cachucho.
Estamos iguales.
There you go.
Estamos iguales. So this song, I recorded it, brother, with Johnny Lee Rosas. He's playing with Intocable now, the bajo player. Remember Johnny?
Yeah.
Esta canción se llama ¿De qué me sirves ya?
When you're washing dishes?
That's right. That's a true story, carnal. No puedo controlar mis pensamientos y ponerle un fin a tu recuerdo para poder borrarte de mi mente y sellar por completo nuestra historia. Yo fui culpable en todos los excesos, sin duda no cumplí con tus deseos, fui desapareciendo entre el momento y poco a poco te perdí, pero lo tengo que aceptar. ¿De qué me sirves ya? ¿De qué me sirves ya? Así es que vete de aquí. Tú no quisiste mi amor, si el fiel nunca te importó, no me vuelvas a buscar. ¿De qué me sirves ya? Así es que vete de aquí. Tú no quisiste mi amor, si el fiel nunca te importó, no me vuelvas a buscar. ¿De qué me sirves ya? Na, na. Vete de aquí.
Man, Lucky, thank you. I appreciate you, man.
I wrote that one.
He wrote that song. In case you guys didn't know. Lucky
You know what?
Joe.
We need more time later on. I'll come back because I also wanted to talk about all the songs that I've written. I mean, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I've written so many songs for Elida, for Jimmy Gonzalez. For
Whoa, wait up. Well, we got about 10 more minutes.
Yeah?
Let's do. We're not saying bye, guys. I was just we're just practicing for the end. Night Bell.
Yeah.
So you've written songs for Jimmy and Elida?
Yeah. I wrote one for Jimmy Gonzalez. I wrote one for obviously Turner. I wrote one. He recorded one of mine. También David Olivares recorded a song that I wrote. 2 songs, as a matter of fact. And then Shelly Lares recorded a song.
Wow.
Yeah, that was back in the day when Elida came out with this album called Contigo Descubrí. And even before that, Elida had an album, and I wrote 3 songs in that album. It was like an EPK or something like that. Something that they just released about 3 or 4 songs. So it was called Estoy Aquí. I wrote Estoy Aquí. I wrote a single that they had. And then the most popular one that I've ever written, I think, for Elida, I co-wrote it with Lalo, Juntos Hasta Morir. You remember that song or no? Me acostumbraste a tu forma de amar. Sin tus caricias, vida, nada es igual para mí. Contigo hasta morir.
It's a song to my old lady, bro. Dale, for real.
Siento que muero cuando no estás aquí. Mi alma se quebra, no puedo resistir. Quiero más de este amor. Te ruego no me dejes, yo te pido. Solo quiero estar contigo, juntos hasta morir. Tú y yo volaremos hacia el cielo. No nos podrán vencer. Nuestro amor es fuerte, no podrán separarnos. No.
We're so Damn,
Dude, that song changed my life, man.
Bro, I didn't know you wrote that song.
Yeah, man. Me and Lalo came up with the melody and everything, and then I came up with the lyrics. So we co-wrote it, and that song, I was going through a very tough time in my life when I wrote that song. And you know what, man? If it wasn't for that song and Lalo's help and Turner's help and so many people that were involved, man, with my career in the very beginning stages, Myra D, Juan de la Cruz, there was so many people that helped me launch my career. There's a song that I bet you don't even know, you never even heard. That was my very first single by myself. We released it off of CD Baby, and we released it to the airwaves. Yeah, it was called Dime Tu.
Dime Tu?
If you can find it, you'll freak out. It sounds pretty cool. But anyways, going back to the Juntos Hasta Morir, when we wrote that song, I said, man, you know what? I said, I need to start writing for myself. Because when I heard it on the radio, Elida did it.
That was my shit right there.
Elida did it with Signo. She did it with Signo.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, bro, I need to start writing for myself. After a while, I did a demo. Lalo helped me with a demo. We presented it to Freddie Records. Freddie Records calls me and says, hey, Lucky, we want you to be a part of the label. We're not signing any artists, but we want to sign you. And I said, all right, come to Corpus tomorrow if you can. When can you come to Corpus? I said, tomorrow. Boom, I had a Dodge Caravan, bro, con handicap doors. Las dos se abrían. A Dodge gray Caravan, una minivan, bro. I got in my minivan and I took off to Corpus. I get up there to the big old office room, and sale Freddie Jr. with his contract. He says, here, bro. Miento. He didn't say bro. He was more respectful than that. He says, here, Lucky. Read this over. Take it with you. You want to read it over and let us know what you think. I said, Freddie, where's the pen? Give me the pen. I don't need to read it. I'm going to sign it right now. You sure? He says, yes. Boom. Signed it.
You didn't even read it?
I didn't even read it. It was 1 year, 5-year option. 1 year, 5-year option. Meaning, if in 1 year I didn't make any noise or I didn't produce what they wanted, they had the option to kick me out. It was 1 year, 5-year option. It's been 8 years since I've been with the company. So obviously they liked it.
Damn.
So that was a story. That was something I wanted to say. And then on that Contigo Descubrí album, me and Lalo, we wrote like 90% of that album. So you remember Déjate Amar? Déjate amar. Wow, yeah, me and Lalo. Dude. Yeah, so yeah, I'm very proud of that, man. So if you guys are looking for any songs, hit me up because I write también.
Hey, and you wrote one for Jimmy Gonzalez too?
I don't remember which one it was, but I did. I know he recorded one of mine because I know that Rocky recorded the accordion on that song. And he told me, hey, man, you wrote a badass song for Jimmy because Rocky recorded the accordion. So being from Freddie Records, you know, we were a family.
Yeah, yeah, we're all together.
So we all recorded, you know, because I know David was with Freddie, Jimmy was with Freddie, Elida. So they were passing me around. But again, man, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me into your home. I want you to know that tienes un amigo fiel conmigo y cuenta conmigo con lo que necesites, brother. Apart from the music,
yes, sir.
Ever need anybody to talk to or anything like that, aquí estoy, carnal.
I appreciate you, man. I really do. And to everybody who stayed watching for 3 hours and 10 minutes.
It's been 3 hours.
That's what everybody says at the end of the show. It's been 2 hours. It's been Neta? And you haven't been pissed? Nothing?
3 hours later.
Hey, man, but you had steady views. Like, great show, man.
Thank you, brother.
Luck, I wish you nothing but the best, dude. And if you're playing anywhere near me where it's reachable, I'm gonna find my way to go watch a show. You guys know, middle of February, that new single's coming out. Hopefully by the end of March, middle March, that album will be out. Make sure you check them out at Fanfare. Show that love.
March 18th, we're bringing you.
And here's what I tell people, and people have been coming up to me, and it makes me feel good because people listen. I'm like, man, people really listen to what I tell them. Buy their merchandise.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of these guys eat, is off their merchandise. So buy their merchandise. And not only buy it, but wear it and support it when you go to their violence. Like, let them know, like, hey, look, compré una camisa, whatever. And bring the old one, para que when you get there, you see there's new ones, you can buy.
We always ask that from our fans because it's something that really, really helps us out. Y más que nada, stream our music because that's very important. Right now, CDs are obsolete. Practically, you cannot find CDs anywhere. And the more you stream our music, the better for us all around. Right now, it's all about streaming. Go and download, digital download, stream, YouTube, views, all of that counts. So make sure you go out and support, guys. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. And to everybody who says it was a great show, thank you so much for all your love week in and week out. Stay tuned. We're going to continue to bring you some of the best interviews in La Onda. Luck, thank you so much. Please be safe going home. I think you're staying here in San Antonio tonight. So any radio station, you going to do any radio station plugs mañana?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Hey, big boy, 98.9, Johnny. Anybody need somebody in the morning, make your round, just show up. Yeah. Fucking luck, just show up, knock on the door, That's how you do it, bro. Just show up. What are they going to do? Tell you no?
You know what? I'm going to inbox them. And maybe they'll let me go on their show.
Dile a tu cámara, el ¿cómo se llama? El nephew mío.
¿Cuál?
He calls me his uncle. You're with them all weekend. Necio.
Who?
DJ Aftermath.
El Aftermath. Le digo DJ Afterbirth.
Afterburner. Comienza a las 10 mañana. Show up at 10. By the time you get up, moving around, he'll be on. Just show up. He put you on.
I'm going to inbox him right now.
Oh, shit. Hey, make it worth it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, KDA. Anybody you need him to stop by Radio Jalapeno? Luck's in the, I don't know, I'm all giving your day tomorrow. Like, you don't got to get back to do some shit.
No, you know what? That's a great idea, man. I wouldn't mind stopping by some stations.
All right.
Why not?
So, hey, if you got a radio station, somebody, call them up. We'll put them on the hip hop station. Night Bello. He can play everything.
I was in the hip hop station in the Valley, bro. Wild 104. I had an interview there, and because I released this song in Spanish. Y'all remember this when it goes... How was it?
Lucky, are you bullshitting? You being for real?
How was it? Y'all remember that song? Eh?
It sounds like a song that I know.
You don't remember it? Remember the Justin Bieber one?
You sang it in Spanish?
Yes. Look it up, bro. I sang it in Spanish and I recorded it. And then this hip hop station from the Valley, good friend of mine, Johnny, he was the locutor and he got me on there, man. And he did an interview with me on the hip hop station because we did that song, the Justin Bieber.
Y luego they asked you to rap that part from the Frijoles.
No, I rapped this one. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen.
Lucky's back with a brand new invention, something.
No, yeah, I'd love to stop by the radio stations. I'll be here. Why not?
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much. On behalf of myself, Mr. Lucky Joe, make sure you go out there and support him wherever he's at. Buy that merchandise. Support Tejano music. And we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Wacky Wednesday.